Hello.
Oh,
I
hi.
am in I am the captain now. Uh Welcome to the paper dungeon. You may have noticed things are a little bit different. We need a bit of time to prepare for the finale and stuff. So instead, I will be running a one shot today.
That's good
Uh
stuffy.
Before that happens, I'm sure that we have plugs that we absolutely did not talk about
Let's go
beforehand.
super fast. No,
Grant, light
it's
him
just
up,
for
Mr. Let's
Anchor.
Go Super Fast.
Thank you for listening on the podcast. This probably isn't on podcast, but thank you. And if you're on YouTube, thank you for watching us.
Perfect.
Wow.
Also, if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free on Twitch.
Uh Drew, do a thing.
Okay. Sorry, that caught me so off guard. Guys, thank you for being here, watch the show. If you like the show, support us on Patreon, Ko-Fi, Streamlabs, donate, Twitch, subscribe, donate, subscribe. Check us out on social media platforms, mainly TikTok. We got some old archived stuff back there that's really funny still.
Working on new things, not going well.
And yeah.
Sick. Hey DJ, you're not
Yeah.
prepared for this at all.
I'm so ready. Guys, listen, we have
Light
a
'em
website.
up.
Go check it out. There's merch on the website. You gotta buy the merch, okay? Once you buy the merch, you can head over to the Discord, and then you're in the loop about all the things that we do. Boom.
Got him. Sick. So, what we're going to be doing today, we are not going to be spending time on the good old Nico Miras. I have been working on a little something for myself in my spare time. That we're gonna journey to. A little bit of info. So, we are going to journey to the outer realms today.
What's the Outer
this
Realms,
kind of-
DM?
That's a fantastic question, Drew. Thanks for asking it.
The
The Outer Realms, there are 16 sectors. Each sector has a different ruler. Those rulers are people given titles. Those titles can be either demon, devil, or god. They're given by the presiding kind of like governmental structure, and they represent a different thing. How exactly they journey for power and what exactly their purpose is. Devils search for physical or monetary wealth in some form or way. It could be mental wealth. They are looking to gain something tangible. Demons are in the search for power, and gods are in the search for followers. They each have different benefits, and you can have multiple titles. It entirely just depends on what exactly we're doing. Yes, Drew.
I'm so sorry, DM. I just have a question. So
Yes.
so this governmental body of these sectors, would you say they're like a galactic republic variety, or like or more like
kind
an
of
empire
similar
kind of thing?
It's more of like
Or is it
there's
more like each one's an
fourth
individual?
dimensional individual like existences that kind of manage the movement between sectors. There are definitely intergalactic republics and empires spread amongst the sectors, but most of they pale in comparison to the stronghold that insert governmental sector name has over all of the different areas. Today, we are going to be taking a little look-see at Sector 10, specifically the world of DeVoe. Sector 10 is owned and managed by the Devil of Conscious Thought, a lich whose entire purpose is the pursuing of knowledge. He's looking to gain all of the information that the world has to offer. Not good, not evil, just a lich. They live forever, and he wants to learn a lot of things. Because of that, Sector 10 has catapulted forward in terms of technology and magic. They are worlds above the other sectors in many different ways. Because of that, a lot of problems have disappeared, which is a good thing, but that also means that their general combat power has gone down. There are less reasons to fight dragons and wars when every disease can be cured, but with the press of a button.
Yeah.
Right.
Lame.
There's less need for wealth when every sickness can be cured and every fight can be resolved by we can just make more of that. Within the past 2 days, the Spire, which is a massive 10-story basically skyscraper in the center of DeVoe, which houses the Devil of Conscious Thought, shut down, completely dark, shutters over the windows, no one in, no one out, no information in, no information out. No one has any idea why, but today A
Like
distress
Charlie and the
signal.
Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, very similar.
That's
A
exactly what I
distress
was thinking.
signal was sent out from the top of the tower, and the people
have
of
golden
DeVoe
tickets?
have rallied. No, it's free entry.
Ah.
Because of this distress signal, the doors have opened, and the entire planet basically has rallied together. Everyone who can hold a weapon, who can, gosh dang, fire a bow and arrow, to go in and find the devil of conscious thought, figure out what exactly went wrong, and theoretically solve the problem. You three are part of one such group. You have been separated into groups of 6. The Spire is basically a city in its own right. So multiple groups will be going in at all different angles, trying to find out what exactly happened. You have been promised compensation for even just returning. Theoretically, any information that you gain is just bonus on top of that. But even if you just go in and then come back in a reasonable amount of time, you will get paid. Yes.
I'm in.
So let me just get this straight. In an oversimplified version of this, we're getting paid to break into this man's house and find him.
And save him. You also have to figure out what exactly happened.
Okay.
Like if you just walk in and they're like, what was the 3rd floor like? And you're like, there was this, and then every other report is wrong, you're not getting paid because they know that you didn't actually go to the 3rd floor.
We have a mystery on our hands.
Exactly. Now you are joined by 3 companions. There is Ibota Balmer.
Should we write this down?
No, you don't need to.
Okay.
Her name's Ibota. She is
What's the matter with you,
Lightfoot,
Buddha?
a Lightfoot halfling. Kind of a little mysterious. You notice that she was present at the meetup point well before any of you got there. She seems to be very on time, very prompt.
Yeah, good for her.
There is Rogalor, a male elf, who is just wearing, like, he isn't wearing armor, but he just has so much stuff that you think that it would be hard to injure him. Like, he just has random, like, pots and pans. He's not stealthy at all. But, like, just loads of stuff just covering his body. Absolutely jacked, though. And then you have a person whose first name I'm not going to pronounce because it is so many consonants and vowels. But they simply go by Tyet. They are a female green dragonborn. And you know, they kind of have a wistful look in their eye, kind of like they're out there looking for love, just finding love in this cold, gloomy world. Would you like to introduce yourselves? Let's start with Grant.
Should like Grant say like what the character looks like?
Yeah, say what you look like, what your name is, a little bit
Okay.
about you. You know, give me a briefer. Give me a Netflix briefer.
You'll learn a lot about my character as it goes. But he's a lizard person. So he looks like a lizard. He's got green and yellow in his scales. He's got teeth, like little pointy teeth. Flicks his tongue sometimes. He's a cutie. And he's kind of tall, slender. You know Randall from Monsters Inc.
Oh yeah, Randall.
Similar in stature, but he doesn't have as many arms.
Just real lanky, kind of hunch.
Yeah.
Like if you stood up, you'd be taller.
And he has like, you know, Anakin's outfit when he like fights Obi-Wan.
Yes.
In the lava planet. That is my outfit. I am just wearing what Anakin Skywalker was when he fought Obi-Wan, like the like
leather
with the,
tunic,
with
kind
the
of
like weird like skirt thingy. That's like
yeah. And what is your name, Grant?
Oh yeah, Zark Muckerberg.
Perfect. We're not even going to touch on that. We're just going to keep moving on. How about DJ?
I am playing Gilbert Gayadash. Sure. He looks exactly like the weak version of Escanor, where he's just a short blonde man with a bushy little mustache and oversized clothes.
For those of us who aren't nerds, who's Escanor?
From Seven Deadly Sins. Pretty good show for the first 2 seasons.
It gets pretty weird,
he
but
is
you just keep
very
watching.
jacked. But you mean the skinny?
No, yeah, the little version.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, he looks like he is like trying to look like a thief. Like that's the clothes that he picked out. Is like if you were to cosplay what a thief looked like, that's what he's wearing. But they're a little too big and baggy for him. And he's just overall, he's honestly just a really nice guy who just kind of got one day
Short
he
end
was
of the
really
stick.
hungry, stole a loaf of bread. They caught him, they threw him in jail, and then through a series of very conveniently timed events, he kind of just walked out of the jail.
Yeah.
And now he's here.
There was this random
Wow.
priest that was chained up, and then one night all of the shackles opened
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
same time,
Yeah.
and he was like, "No, I'm not going to leave because the guard would get in trouble." And you were like, "Well, I am."
I'm out of here. Sorry. I stole some bread. Like, I don't need
Yeah.
to be here.
You Jean Valjean'd it, and
Yeah.
like, what are you going to do? You know.
Mhm. But
Last
when I
but
get
not
caught
least.
again, that's when I'll spend my 15 years
Mhm.
serving because I tried
Yes.
to run.
Yep. This is the story. I hope that this turns into a musical. Last but not least, Drew. What
yes.
were we at?
Yes, I am playing Felix Faxel, the suave swashbuckler pirate.
In quotes, in air quotes.
Well, you know, he has to keep it on the down low, guys. All right.
Yeah.
When you live
He's a privateer.
when you live
Downloads
in
music illegally.
in a dystopian society with no problems, you gotta keep it. You gotta keep it on the down low that you're making problems. All right?
Yeah, exactly. As the causer of problems.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
mainly
wanna
do
be
your
known.
business off world.
Yeah.
But like you gotta offload the goods somewhere.
Exactly.
You do all
right?
the illegal stuff here, but the selling it, I mean, you go to the main planet.
Exactly. That's right.
Yeah. Look, you wouldn't steal a car, but Felix Faxel would.
Yes. 100%.
And what do you look like? Did you already cover that?
Oh no! So Felix is a 3'3" tabaxi, kind of cheetah like, I would say, fairly lithe, kind of short fur with kind of like the white on the front, and then the kind of the back like tan fur with the spots.
Ocelot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very
Yeah.
Ocelot-esque.
Uh-huh.
I was hoping when you said that you were that short that you would be one of those cats that has the really tiny legs. They're just really poofy and they have like little tiny legs, probably because of messed up like breeding practices. But man, are they adorable.
They are. But yeah. That's yeah.
Yeah, your group, all six of you,
Also,
are
quick-
standing in front of the first floor.
This
What?
is IBC root beer. I just took the tags off so we don't get sued, but like now I realize that looks incriminating.
It looks
Yeah.
exactly like a alcohol.
It's just root beer, I promise.
I mean,
Yes.
either way, I think it'd be fine.
Don't yell at me, Twitch.
I don't think
So basically how this is going to work.
drinking on the job.
You guys are standing outside of the spire. You guys are going to kind of define your roles in this group. For each floor, there are 10 of them. I'm going to need someone who makes an investigation, someone who makes a survival, and someone who makes a perception check. The survival is to navigate your way through the floor. This building is the size of a small city. And a lot of the stairs and escalators and elevators are going to be blocked. Investigation is going to be attempting to figure out what exactly happened in this building.
Mhm.
And then the perception check is just going to be noticing any danger, whether or not it be for some reason, if like a roof is broken and in danger of collapsing, if there's like for some reason a trap, something along those lines. Additionally, per each floor, you will have the option to talk to an NPC. And I encourage that you do so.
Like one of our 3 NPCs or
Yes.
just any
If you encounter another NPC in the building, then they will be available for your per level conversation, and I will inform you if you meet any. But it's unlikely. Also, an important thing for those of you watching, there is no set level for this. I said make your characters between level 1 through level 6. So we currently have a level 2, a level 3, and a level 6.
And 3
It's
NPCs.
going to be great. It's going to be and the NPCs are not very strong.
we didn't say our classes.
Yeah,
Is that
go
okay?
for it. Yeah, go for it.
Oh, I'm a paladin, level 2 paladin.
I'm a level 3 rogue.
And if you didn't infer it, I'm a level 6 rogue.
Fantastic.
Let's go.
Also,
Perfect
GM,
party
real
build.
quick, because I was distracted messing with stream stuff. What were the 3 names of our NPCs?
Wait, I
Iboda.
got it.
Oh, yeah, light 'em up, Grant.
Okay.
Lawrence.
Okay, no, you missed it quite a bit there.
No.
So there's Iboda,
I really thought I
Rogulor.
could.
Rogulor,
That's where I got the lore from. Lawrence. Yeah.
Okay.
and Tyet,
Tight.
or Tiet. It's
Tiet.
Tyit. However you want to pronounce that, they don't mind.
I spelled it Tiet. That's obviously not right. Ty.
Okay, great. And they all do stuff.
Yeah, specifically, Tyet is a paladin similar to Zark.
Okay.
Rogulor is a barbarian, and Iboda is a warlock.
And so per level, we can talk to one of our 3 NPCs.
Yes. So you can kind of get to know them, kind of know what their whole deal is about.
Wow.
You can
Aaron's
also
like,
choose to spend your time talking to another player if you would like.
Instead of talking to an NPC.
Yeah.
You will be quick. Well, this is a 2-hour one-shot. You're not going to spend the 2 hours talking to the NPCs.
You never know. I never said that there's a length that you could go. And obviously, you can have some conversation in between. Like if you're asking them, like, what exactly do you see? What's all going on? And they'll probably say some things too. But if you have any specific questions that may take a while, basically there'll be a sit-down portion. So if you have anything that you want to do in that portion, think of it like a video game where you like sit at the campfire and it's like, would you like to talk to someone? And you can select no or yes, and then name one of them, and then it moves on to the next day. That's kind of what we're dealing with here. So the 6 of you are standing in front of the building, and Iboda says, well, shall we journey on? Who would like to lead?
That's a tower.
I survived a black hole. I'll lead.
A black hole?
Yes. I was conceived in a ship that was being sucked into the gravity of a black hole.
So many questions.
And
too
I was
little time.
born on the cusp of the gravity field. The last chance, but somehow, some way, our pilot managed to get out. And ever since that day, I've been fighting for what's right.
Tiet says, wow, that is incredible.
You are so brave.
We
I'm
should talk
lucky is
more.
what I am.
No, it's more than just luck. I'm sure that it's fate.
And she like just touches your arm a little.
Yeah. Hand caress on the cheek. And she says, I would love nothing more than to stand by your side as we journey through this.
Oh my gosh.
And I will make
Which is
sure you're
heroin.
protected as the pilot protected me as a wee babe. And you need to keep your eyes out. Unfortunately, I'm partially blind since I can't talk about that here.
Oh
It's
my
okay.
god.
Well, that will work out because I have very sharp eyes.
Rogulor
Have
says,
eyes.
Did you just say you don't have eyes?
I said I just have eyes.
Oh.
I will take the rear and defend us from any surprise attack beyond.
Maybe Felix, you should
Yes.
you should take
We.
the lead.
Sure.
Since you have
Yes.
sharp eyes.
That sounds like a great idea to me as well. I do
then I will
have
be-
sharp eyes.
Then I will
after
be
all.
second. I will be second, and we will, no matter what,
Onwards!
stick together. Okay. Here we go.
Gilbert
So-
would like to be as far in the back as he can.
Fantastic. You're
Gilbert.
cradled. You're cradled in the loving, strong arms of Rogulor.
Rogulor is my best friend now.
Yeah, Rogulor is the barbarian.
Can
He's
I
a
fit in one
buff
of his
elf.
pots? Can I just like
Yes, absolutely. It is kind of uncomfortable because there's
Okay,
like
that's
he has
adorable.
like just like sporks strapped to him at times. But you're
Thank
like
you, Rogulor. Can
in
I move the sporks?
like a bucket that he just has, like a cauldron.
I just kind of like shifts,
there.
and eventually gets to the point where I'm just like sitting on the back of my hands, and like my palms are against the sporks.
Yeah. So you enter, Felix at the front, flanked kind of on either side by Zark and
I'm with
Tiet.
Eboda. No.
Tiet
Wait.
is the lovely one.
Oh,
Eboda
okay.
Tiet is the one
who's
you're
kind of
flirting with.
sing-song's voice.
Yeah,
The
Tiet's
one
the
looking for
Padme.
love. Eboda will kind of take the middle, and then Gilbert and Gilbert.
Yeah, you can just say Gilbert.
I'm just gonna call you
Godfrey.
Gil.
Gil's great.
And Rogalar are taking up the rear.
It's good.
You enter.
I'm gonna call him Bert, so we'll even each other out.
Oh, man, that's gonna be so confusing. The six of you enter into the spire. Everything is on emergency power right now. So the rooms are relatively dark. There are kind of flickering fluorescent lights that kind of like if you've ever seen like in a plane in emergency shutdown where there's the like thin LEDs that line the walkway, so that way you can see where you're walking, but not much else. The lights are flickering. Can I have the first investigation, survival, and perception checks?
I do investigation.
Whoever is doing
I do survival.
I just stand there, DM.
Does the
You do perception.
You can do the perception.
I know.
Did you roll a 1?
I'm joking. No. I haven't rolled yet. I was
16
11
for the investigation.
Perfect.
11 for survival.
11 for survival. Okay. How you doing there, Felix?
Felix rolled a 1.
Yeah, what do you see with your sharp eyes? Is he frozen?
How's it going there, Felix?
He's frozen.
No. He's just depressed.
What? You weren't frozen? How did you do that?
He stays
So
still.
Felix does
I've
just stand
never
there.
seen someone that still.
You just start T-posing as you're like, as you
Well,
like
so here's the thing. I like to imagine, like, as soon as they get in, like Felix just on all fours is just like sniffing it out like a bloodhound, and then he sees like a quarter on the ground that has like a really old date on it, and just gets really infatuated with that.
Like
So this
sexually infatuated?
This is
No.
absolutely what happens.
I'm sorry.
You see a quarter on the ground. You're like, wow, a quarter.
What's
That's
wrong
incredible.
with you, Grant?
Not only that, it's a double-faced quarter. It's a misprint. There's heads on both sides.
I could get something for this. This is very expensive.
Gil,
Probably sexual favors, apparently.
You took the investigation.
But the
check,
picture is
correct?
really risque
Man,
that they chose for this coin.
I'm just
I'm sorry,
steaming
Aaron.
ahead right now.
Yeah, keep going, Aaron. Just ignore those two idiots.
Gil, you said you were taking the investigation check, right?
I did the investigation, yes.
Felix, you're there.
Uh-huh.
You're looking at this. You're like, wow, a double-headed quarter. This is incredible. You're just staring at it. Gil, you look over. You're kind of like peering around, trying to figure out if you can see any clues as to what's going on. You do see literally 2 feet away from the coin is just a body. Like it clearly, their hand is outstretched as if they were reaching towards that coin. The coin even has like blood on it.
I
Felix,
kind
you
of
don't notice it.
I kind of like flip my way out of the cauldron, and I kind of hang there for a second before dropping down. Good job, Felix. You found the body.
Felix.
Oh my!
Felix is just staring at the quarter and like, and then he notices the body as, of course I noticed the body. What do you think I'm looking at? I am Felix Faxel, the well-known privateer in the lands of beyond. Of course. Crap, there's totally a body there. Dang, what am I doing?
Gil,
Zark.
with your 16, you are able to find, first off, the cause of death. Very easy for you to find out. The cause of death was a stab wound with a bladed weapon, clearly wielded by, like, mortal hands. Like, this was not sickness. It was clearly they were stabbed in the heart.
I don't know. Hold on.
like-
How would he know if it was by mortal hands, though? I'm just saying.
I mean, it could have
You
been
never
by,
know.
by
This
undead
could be
hands or
Abin
something.
Triplewitz right here.
It could be.
Dead
It could be
hands.
me. The whole time.
I kind of bump Felix and I go, a stab wound.
Oh my goodness, you're right. Great eyes. I was just about to say that myself, you know. But you're doing great, Bert.
Zark walks up and says, "Good job, Felix." And then
Thank
he
you.
nails
Yes,
next to the body.
I saw that too. Yes, thank you.
Perhaps they were killed by those damn pirates that killed my parents seconds after I was born.
You hear
Well, now hold on here. Wait, pirates are not well known in this area.
They killed my parents.
Do you know who the pirates were?
No.
I don't think it's
I was a
important.
baby.
I don't think the pirates are very important at all. I think we can
you
move
hear
on from
you
that.
hear Tiet gasp, and it's like, "Oh my, your parents are gone. You're all alone."
You know, Aboda, I'm curious to see what you think of this whole situation, right? I mean, the dead body, right? That's very intriguing, right?
That's a lot of warlock stuff.
Buddha has fainted on the ground. Iboda was not prepared for death.
Oh my gosh.
Well, thankfully, we're not alone. As long as we all have each other, we will stick together.
You
through
say
this.
that,
We'll
and
find-
Felix is already beginning to wander off.
Yeah,
We'll find who
Gilbert
did
will
this.
go over and hold Zark's hand.
yeah.
Is there a door in this room?
Well, I mean, this is a huge door. Zark has found the exit with 11 barely. So you proceed on
Good.
kind of
Zark's
into
tongue,
a bit
flickering
of a lobby.
tongue is like touching Gilbert's face
Yeah.
as they hold hands.
You're like, this might be worse.
He's just making eye contact. It's just like this forked tongue. Like,
Specifically, Rogalor is carrying the fainted Iboda, just like outstretched, like not like
DM.
Princess Carrie. It's just like by the shoulders.
DM. Now, am I allowed to make more than just my investigation check to check the room? Could I like check the dead body? Is that allowed?
The investigation check from Gilbert is for the entire floor.
Oh, okay, that covers
yeah.
everything. Okay, great.
Yep.
So we saw the
Big
exit.
general checks. Yes. You are currently in kind of a lobby. There's like an escalator that is shut down, but you could walk up, and the pathway is unblocked. This is the moment in time. Would you like to get to know any of your NPCs?
Well, I was gonna ask Aboda, but she's unconscious.
Her eyes are flickering open. She seems to be recovering from the.
I mean,
vapors.
if Bert wants to talk to somebody, he's more than welcome to.
Absolutely.
I don't want to talk to someone to get to know them, but as we get to the escalator and we're hanging out, I simply, like a child, look up at Rogalor and I just put my arms up.
Yeah.
And I just want to see if he's a nice enough guy that he'll carry me up the escalator. This is how I want to get to know my guy.
Rogalor just kind of grabs
As
you
you're
by the scruff of the neck, like a cat, and just like picks you up as you guys prepare to. He like looks at you and he says, "Is there something you required of me?"
You're doing
Rogalor.
fantastic.
Thank you. It's all to redeem my family.
Your
I try my
family.
best.
Oh, jeez.
We should proceed onwards.
I just
no.
by the scruff. I just like
There's two
gently
of them.
caress his face. I'm so sorry,
It's okay. Well, it's not.
but it
Alright.
will be.
I hope that one day it will be.
I go over to Zark Muckerberg, and
Yeah.
I crawl up
As he
his
walks, he's
side.
slithering.
I crawl up his side and say into his ear, do you know Mr. Ragalor very well? You seem to have like the same backstory.
You've never met
No,
before.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Okay.
I don't know him. What, do you know him? What do
I
you know
leave.
about him?
He walks away. Zark, do you have anyone that you would like to conversate with?
Oh, each of us can talk with one
Yeah,
NPC.
each of you gets to talk with an
I
NPC.
thought
I
as a
thought we
group,
I thought we
we
No,
had
no,
to
no,
talk
no,
to one NPC per level. I was like, wow, Aaron really does not want a whole lot of this chatter going on.
No.
So, Yvette.
That's
or
not
whatever
her name.
was.
It's
Yeah.
Tiet.
Tiet, close enough.
I say Yvette. So Yvette,
Yeah.
what kind of challenging things have you been throughout your young childhood life?
Well,
That's
What's
what you
your
lead
trauma?
with. That's what you lead with.
He leans in and goes,
Classic
was a-
paladin move.
"Tell me about your trauma."
ever since I was a young girl, I've just been looking to settle down. That's been my dream.
Oh
But
my-
you know, the dating scene is just so hard. And I think that that's really been my biggest struggle in life.
She's just a pink
There's
lantern.
just there's just so many there's just so many misses out there, you know? And they keep telling me that there's so many fish in the sea. But what if I'm allergic to fish?
Well, maybe it's not a fish that you're looking for. And he turns, his scales shimmering.
Maybe I've been looking for you.
oh, oh,
We should keep going. But let's talk about this more. And
There's
then
nothing more powerful
Aaron,
than being with one another. And they keep walking.
Aaron, I do love that this is just Baldur's Gate right now.
yeah, this is absolutely just Baldur's Gate. And I
We're-
haven't even played it.
We're just playing Baldur's Gate right now. Because like this is
That's
legit.
pretty accurate,
This is
actually.
legit how conversations with companions happen in Baldur's Gate, where just all of a sudden, a little icon will show up where you can converse with so and so, and like you get part with your conversation, and they're like, "We should keep going and discuss this later."
And then
Or
and
they're
then
like,
Gale
do you
is
want to
like-
make out?
And then Gale is like, I'll teach you some magic tricks later. And then you can never talk to another companion because they're all like, hey, you're sleeping with Gale.
Yes.
Zark, as they start walking, we'll do the old, hey, could you hold this?
I don't know what it is,
Man.
but they say yes.
Who?
Yeah, and then he just lets go as if he's dropping something into her hand.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
she
he,
holds her hands
grabs
out.
her hand. Yeah, he grabs her hand and then they're holding hands and they're
Oh,
walking.
man, that's
oh my
that's
my word.
straight up Zark Muckerberg, more like the Rizzler.
Yeah.
Well, I guess since the other two have conversed, I'm gonna talk to Boda since she's
Yeah.
woken back up.
Iboda seems to be, she's like in a corner, like kind of dry heaving.
I just walk over and kind of like
Boda.
like a child. I just walk over and like kind of tug on her sleeve a little bit to get her attention.
Yeah, she looks at you and goes, yeah.
Boda, you seem to be upset for some reason.
I forgot this
What
was
is
hat.
what is wrong?
I've just never seen a dead person before.
Really?
Oh man, that was, and they were like stabbed, like that was a murder. Like that was a whole dead
Well,
body. That was like a dead person.
I mean,
Like, they were
it's not even
alive
like
before.
that's a whole do.
And wow.
Boda,
Uh,
or Felix is just gonna make sure to hide the little tally mark he has of all the people he's killed, just in his
puts
breast
away his
pocket.
list. And she's like,
No, he doesn't actually have that.
My patron, I've been kind of
Your patron.
bubbled away.
You have an
for a
employer.
while.
Can I talk to
Yeah.
this person? Are they rich?
No, well, they're rich in music and song
In
and
in
kindness and love, which I think is the greatest wealth of all. And you know what they say? Timeliness is better than any riches you can have.
well, I
I
do
love this
agree. Correct timing is key in most of life. Because if you're too soon, then you know things aren't prepared properly. But if you're too late, the gods have already showed up, and you know your window is closed.
And all I know is that it wasn't time for them.
Ooh. How do you know
Taken
that?
Too early. They were murdered.
I mean,
Just weeping.
I don't know. I mean, in my travels amongst the stars, you know, there are many people who discuss this whole idea of predestined
Don't let
lives.
Yet hear that. Don't let Yet hear about your
This whole
travel.
predestiny thing, and who knows, maybe it was their time to move on to the next life.
You really think that's
Perhaps they are in a slightly better place than this.
wow? Thanks, Felix.
Yes,
Can I call you Felix? Or is that too
That-
casual?
sure.
Or should I call you Mr. Faxel?
No, that's too weird. That's my
My
no.
father was Mr. Faxel.
Yeah,
That's his dad.
look. My father and grandfather and great grandfather were all known as Mr. Faxel. I've tried to move away from that. All right, that's why I do my thing.
Bro, if you wanted to be called Dallas, you could just, you could have asked. Okay, this is just,
Well, I wasn't the eldest son.
I'm not the eldest son anymore. We'll just give the title to Matt. Anyway, moving on. This is family drama.
I was gonna say, yeah, just don't mind DJ and I just airing out our family laundry, on stream.
Iboda looks at you and says,
Felix is good. It's yes. You are Iboda, my friend. I am Felix, your friend.
Felix-
It's all good.
do you think it's going to be my time soon?
No.
Thanks, I really needed to hear that, but we have a
Also-
job to do, so we should really keep moving.
Also, the fact that I'm trying to do an Italian accent while Drew's doing a French accent is really
Oh,
it's
it's throwing me
tough,
off, dude.
Tough,
It
bro.
is throwing me off
amazing.
so hard. I just keep repeating, "Let's go" in my head, just trying to hold on to it. With every
Mario.
fiber
It's
of
a
my
me,
being.
pizza de pasta.
Yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
my god.
It's me, Gilbert.
I would like to apologize to the
Oh,
Indian
yes,
Italians.
no.
Anybody from Europe who
As
watches
per
this
usual.
show,
This is
We're
not
sorry.
a accurate representation of how anyone in the world talks.
we don't pretend to be good
There's
at
that
accents.
one viewer who speaks exactly like that, and they're like, wow,
That's the guy.
my name is Pizza
You know
de
who you
Pasta.
are.
I can't believe.
That's who I'm copying you, man. I was inspired.
Heading up to the second floor, things are still that dim and dark, but you can see some signs of wear immediately. There are looks to be scratch marks. Every once in a while, you see a little bit of blood on the walls. Can I get investigation, survival, and perception checks again?
20
Yes.
for investigation. Not now.
Natural 20 for 28 for me.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
dang.
Never mind. Okay, whatever. Drew.
All right, guys, we're on a roll right now.
Sorry,
Wait, no.
Survival-
I'm sorry. 27. Because I'm not doing investigation. DJ's
Holy
doing
cow.
investigation. I'm doing perception. That's right.
Dang, good job, guys. Good round. This survival's a 5.
Perfect. So you get a bit lost.
I'm a little distracted.
You lose a little bit of time. You end up in a darker zone than you expected. You did see a few bodies on the way, similar in wounding to the ones that you saw on the floor below.
Gilbert
Just
covers Iboda's
a
eyes.
total of 3. Gil, you investigate a little closer this time. You get a little closer. You in the dim light, it was hard to see. You have someone hold a brighter light towards it, and
Are
you
you
do
awake?
notice amidst the clear, like, fatal wounds,
Mm.
there appear to be smaller scratches. They almost look like a wound that you would see on one of them from like a slingshot, like just or a thrown stone. Another one you see almost like fingernail scratches on their skin.
Like humanoid fingernail scratches?
With your check, you would be able to tell that they are humanoid, but they would be a small creature. So not like a person that like scratched at their arm, like some small, like a halfling size scratches.
Yeah. Gil's gonna keep all that to himself.
Or a child.
Gil's gonna keep all that to himself. He's just gonna take that knowledge, fold it up nice and neat,
Yeah.
tuck it in his back pocket, and we're just gonna hold on to that for a rainy day.
Sounds
You're not going to
perfect.
share the important information to the rest of your party?
There's not important information yet. What are you gonna do with the fact that there's a slingshot wound?
yeah, Felix.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, here is some
What, you think it's David?
Information that would be important. You know that the stab wound is from a different thing than the scratches are.
Ooh.
So it's like a different encounter.
Yes, probably.
Okay.
They were made at different times. The lethal wound was clearly after the scratches and the slingshot and the so and so. One of them you also notice seems to have wounds on the bottom of their feet.
Ugh.
These bodies are covered in scratches.
Scratches. What kind of scratches?
Small ones.
small scratches.
And of course the massive stab wounds.
And stab wounds.
I mean, I'm just looking at them with my eyes. I assume that everybody can see.
I can't see that well. I'm legally blind. And I just can't talk about why.
I apologize for my ignorance.
Wow.
It says, "I'll be your eyes."
Would you?
Of course.
And my ears? And my
Would be
body?
anything that you need me to be.
Oh my goodness.
They just start making out.
Yeah, you see Zark's tongue flicker a little bit.
Oh no!
Grant-
No!
Grant with the
We
Not in front of
we
the
don't need
Grant
the
chose
details.
the fastest
don't need the
romance
details.
companion route, you know?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh!
Literally existing increases their affection.
His little like neck furls like kind of perk
Oh my gosh!
DM,
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
can I compare the size of the scratches to the size of my claws?
They are around the same. You're a small creature.
Yeah, I'm a small
Right.
creature. Yeah.
So they'd be around the same size, but they're definitely not nearly as deep as your claws could be.
Okay.
Suddenly, silently, I just appear behind Felix, like death in the night. I'm just like, did you kill them? From like over your shoulder.
Felix, who just looks up at you and just says, "I don't know, did I kill them?"
Ooh.
Do you have
Ooh.
the claws?
I do have the claws. That is very true. I do have good claws. However, unfortunately, no, I did not kill them because I want to get paid and not be dead. And these scratches they're mere scratches. They are pitiful little marks. Now my claws would go much deeper. I know because it happened before.
You remind me of another cat that I know of. The Puss in Shoes.
Oh,
Rogler steps up and says,
I think you're talking. Yes, my cousin.
My favorite children's story.
Yes, he is. Although he is really mean.
Legendary.
He's very self-centered. Kind of only thinks of himself. And it's one other cat, or like a black cat or something.
You are not a self-centered.
No, of course not. I'm very humble.
So, outside of the dead bodies in this room, is there anything else that we find?
We'll
Or
say a
just-
perception check.
With Felix, you had like a 27 or something, right?
Yeah.
You
I did
hear
kill the dead
something.
bodies.
Yes, it was you. You killed them. What if secretly before this I messaged someone in this group? I
Right.
was like,
So
you
it's murder mystery. Like,
are the murderer.
Oh my
You are the
gosh, that would be
murderer.
amazing.
It's
It's
Game
like
of Among
Among
Us.
Us. It's Among Us. There's bodies, there's an imposter, there's knife wounds.
I've been had.
Wait,
Yeah, I'm like, play the sound. Yeah, there it is.
There he is. There it
Felix,
is.
you hear something for just a moment that sounds almost like very fast pitter-patter footsteps. But even with that high of a roll, you can't quite tell where they're coming from. You know that they're not in the room with you, but they have to be nearby. Unfortunately, Zark has been making out this entire time.
They've
And
just
or
been,
like flirting. They're like almost they do
they're looking
like
they're looking into each other's eyes.
deep into each other's eyes. So the navigation has really suffered.
what is Tiet's race again?
Tiet is a dragonborn,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
a
That
green dragonborn.
that makes
they
sense.
match flawlessly.
Right. They're basically They're
In each other's
basically-
arms, you almost can't tell where one of them begins and the other ends.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
and they're both paladins. They're just
Yeah,
made
both
for it.
paladins. They were made for each other. This was accidental.
As he hears this, he's just shh, shut up, lovemakers. And he just listens. And then like as he hears the pitter patters go away, he's like, "Onward, we must move quickly!" And he just like dashes down the hallway.
Quick! Friendship will keep us together.
I look at Rogalor and I just hold my arms up again.
Rogalor just scoops you into one and grabs Iboda under his other, just
He
carries
just-
you like luggage.
As he's running, he unsheaths his rapier and yells out, "The chase is afoot! We must catch these evildoers!"
Zark takes out his lightsaber.
Oh my gosh.
It's red, surprisingly.
You move down the tunnel, well, the hallway, I suppose, chasing after these unseen, barely heard footsteps. And then they just disappear.
Oh my goodness! Wait, did my cousin Puss in Boots kill these people?
Of course.
Listen,
It was your family. You should have known. You chase and chase and chase. Can I get another survival check? This one can be made with advantage. Anyone can make it.
Who
I
has the
assume
best
Felix is
wisdom?
probably eating for it.
I mean, I have a +2.
For survival?
Yeah,
or-
survival. What's
I have
your
plus
survival?
three.
Survival.
I have plus
Plus
3.
I only have a +1 to survival.
So Zark, light him up with
Ow.
that survival check.
Zark is now focused again. Woo! 14.
Fantastic. That is good enough. You are navigating through these hallways trying to figure out where these footsteps are coming from. You all can hear it once they pick up the pace. They almost sound like they're running on kind of like metal. And eventually the
okay.
footsteps just disappear. But Zark, conveniently, following this path, you have realigned yourself to where exactly you are in the building and have
Oh, thank
found
God.
another entrance onto the next floor. This time it is actually an elevator shaft that has been, the doors have been opened and the elevator is not
Oh.
there, so you're able to like climb up to the next
Climb up.
floor.
Nice.
I have weak little hands.
Ruggler says, "Don't worry, I do not."
That's
This
good.
is another
That's
chance.
good.
Would any of you like to communicate with any of the NPCs or each other? I suppose.
I would like to talk to it.
Fantastic. Tiet is out there just mooning over Zark.
I just
Yeah, Zark is
even
like-
separated.
Zark
Yeah.
is looking at the elevator doors and like skittering around trying to figure out the problem. So
I
he's
just-
totally not paying attention.
yeah, I just wonder, like, as she's like fawning over him, like trying to get his
Mhm.
attention, I just like grab her hand and just pull her away.
Yeah, she gracefully moves into movement with you. Says, "How can I help?"
Okay, so look, I know that you're like head over heels over this guy, okay? But look, we have a
You have no
situation
idea.
here, all right? We got dead bodies everywhere,
so many
and
situations.
and a Buddha is freaking out, and I can't help her, okay? But you probably can help her, okay? So I need you to stop fawning over the strange dragon person, okay? And I need
That's
you to focus
offensive.
up here, because we might all be in mortal danger. Got that?
But look at him. Look at him dart. He just licked his own eye. Straight up, what does that tongue do?
Oh my gosh. Oh my
It's like
gosh.
slithering.
What is your deal? Do you have no expectations?
She looks at you and she says, "I grew up on a mining planet, and it was there that love was forbidden. But we were saved one day, and from
Please.
that day on, I've made it my goal to find love. And you really just have to cast a wide net. And frankly, if what I need to find it requires me to have low standards, not saying that he is that, then that's just what I have to do. Are you going to stand in the way of my journey?"
You know,
Felix.
I admire your dedication to this cause. However, are you sure he is the one?
I don't know. But if you say that we are in mortal danger, then there's a chance that I will never reach my goal. And so I have to take that chance.
I am having a harder and harder time arguing with you.
Even if I'm a fool
Felix
for
like,
it.
you know what? This all makes sense, you know? You know what? Everything checks out. I'm sorry that I intruded, you know?
I'm just
Even
gonna.
if I'm a fool for searching for love,
I'm gonna stop you
In
there.
reality,
I don't need to
love
hear.
makes fools of us all.
Okay. Wait.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna walk away now.
I'm not gonna lie, you seem like a Scorpio. So I totally get why you don't get what's
Let's
going
go.
on.
What the heck is a Scorpio? What are we fighting scorpions all of a sudden?
We don't need to get into it.
Wow.
We don't
I
need to deal
nailed
with
it, didn't
those.
I? Hey. I hope that we all stay alive on this next floor.
Well, now
Even
that
though you don't understand love,
now
hope
that
that
you say
love can
now that
find
you
you.
say something, it seems like we're all gonna die.
well, you were the one who said that we were in mortal danger.
But that's because we've been seeing dead bodies. Have you not seen the dead bodies?
Dead bodies never killed anyone.
That's not true.
That's
But a
that's
lack of love, that's a death of the soul.
Meanwhile,
is this
On to the next conversation.
this what it's like talking-
Just immediately.
Is that
you're
what it's like talking to a
sunlocked,
paladin?
Felix.
Also, my French
Gil.
is degrading rapidly.
No, it's
You gotta
amazing.
bring it back.
every single time. Yes, Gil.
so while that's going on, I imagine that Rogalor is just
Yeah.
like climbing the cables.
Yeah, he's testing to make sure his biceps and tries ripple as he makes sure that the cables are secure.
Yeah. So I crawl onto him. I find like a perch because
He
I'm
doesn't
sure
even
there's
notice
something I
you.
can sit on.
Oh yeah, there's a chair strapped to his
Yeah, I sit in the chair
yeah.
and I just go, so and I'm like kicking my legs and kind of like rocking back and forth. What's with all of this stuff?
This is everything that was left of my tribe.
Oh,
I carry it with me, and my people, they defend me in battle.
so is it okay for me to sit on the chair?
Of course, that's what its purpose is, until its purpose becomes defeating my enemies.
Okay. That you have so much passion.
This dude is
Yes.
just a Mandalorian.
I believed,
Yeah.
my people believed that when we die, our souls are encased in our most precious items. This was from David the carpenter, the finest chair he ever made. It has withstood over 35 blows over an enemy's head. Truly, it is a fine creation.
I suddenly look down upon my chair.
There's like a
newfound
tooth embedded
glory
in it.
for What was that?
There's a tooth embedded in it.
I'm just like,
You actually can see upon closer observation, every single item that is on him
Yeah.
looks like he has hit someone with it at some point in time.
nice. I'll just turn to the back of the chair and I just go, thank you for your service. And thank you for letting me sit upon you.
You do
Please.
ghostly moans from the items surrounding you.
Yeah, that chair. That
And
chair.
I'm just gonna I pull out a rag and just start like cleaning the chair.
Shine it up.
Well,
Yeah,
I was gonna say the chairs is a redwood, but not by
It's
design.
not originally.
It's stained with blood.
Yeah. What I mean, that's good craftsmanship.
I want you to know, Aaron,
Yeah.
that this chair is by far my favorite item that has ever been included in any D&D game.
I'm gonna tell you right now. So
Okay, that's kind of sad actually.
Rogalor has
Bro, a
the
chair
action-
that was made by a guy who then imbued his soul into it so that some dumb barbarian can use it to hit a guy 35 times and it still works. And then my little Italian thief who sucks at everything can just sit on it like it's a freaking backpack. Best thing in D&D.
So I
Yeah,
want
that's
you to
pretty
know,
good.
as a barbarian, he has two things that are not normal. He has the ability Armor of Things, which Rogalor carries so many objects with him that they function as rudimentary protection against incoming attacks. And the ability, while raging, Throw Anything. And it deals a d6 plus 5 bludgeoning damage when it hits.
One of these days we're going to get into combat and I'm going to be sitting on the chair.
He's
and
going to throw you with the chair, for
chuck
sure.
me.
100%. Zark, would you like to make any conversation with any of the NPCs?
Ebola.
It's a good question. I mean,
can
he's
say
next.
Or one of us.
He will continue to like look at the elevator and find
Mhm.
the proper way up. But this round, he won't interact with an NPC.
Fantastic. You take the kind of aloof,
How dare you?
But this is what he does do.
hard to get.
I
kind of
progressed.
move.
I
As-
progressed your girlfriend, and you just choose to do nothing.
As he is looking,
Plain hard to get.
just wait. As he's looking, observing the elevator, pretending to be busy, he kneels
Pretending.
down near one of the corners as if he's inspecting the door. And out of an inside pocket, he pulls out 3 different colored small bones. He looks at them and says, They're still safe. He closes his hand, puts them back, and then pretends to be busy.
So you've chosen to talk with yourself, an option that I did not know, but one that I like.
And what's behind secret door number 4?
Yeah, you enter onto the next floor. You all climb up. Rogalor carries Gil. He sits on the chair. He doesn't even use his legs. It's just,
I like that it's a one-arm pull at a time. You know, it's not
It's straight up the cliffs of insanity. It's fat.
But that's because Rogalor isn't using any legs. It's just arms.
It's amazing.
And his body remains perfectly vertical the entire time.
He does like a perfect like V split going out beyond the cable.
100%. You guys enter on the floor 3. Roll your checks for me, please.
Ooh, we're getting better and better. 24.
24.
11.
Fantastic.
11 survival.
Okay.
18.
How you doing there, Felix? 18? Groovy. Going slow, but you will make it to the next floor. You do not see anything particularly interesting to the progression of the plot or telling you what exactly is going to happen on this floor. But with a perception of 18, and thanks to the previous investigation check that notified you of some of the injuries on the body, Felix, you do see that there are like spikes, like caltrops thrown on the ground at various points in time, which clearly were the wounds
on the bottom of the
foot. But thanks to your perception check, you were able to navigate safely around those.
Oh, what a horrible thing! Caltrops are terrible.
Yeah, they're messed
It's
up.
like Home Alone with the ornaments scene when it goes through the window and it's like, I hate it.
So you do notice that these are clearly not like professional grade caltrops. These were made from like bits of like wire and metal and kind of just bound together so that sharp points stick up. They're very guerrilla tactic-esque.
They'll probably be rusting any day now too.
Yeah, some of them already are. You can see that there are blood on some of them, meaning that some people have stepped on them. Interestingly enough, you do not find any bodies on this floor.
I look at all this and I just like kind of
and died.
Clap Rogalor on the ribs and I'm just like, keep it going.
He says, "We must travel safely. I have no desire to step on any of these sharp objects.
You are my hero.
Proceed with caution."
I love this man.
Felix
He's
will
so good.
will kneel down like close to some of the caltrops, and he'll like pick one up and just kind of look at it closely and say, "Well, it is very roughly made. What was that?" Well, it was very roughly made, but it is actually potentially good work. Perhaps maybe we could I could come into an arrangement with this creature.
Joke's on you, Felix.
Could you roll a sleight of hand for me?
Yes.
Joke's on you. The caltrops, each and every single one of them is a mimic, and you're about to get
right. Sleight of
120
hand
mimics
is a 14.
14. Okay. I just wanted to check. It was an easy check, but like, you know how when you're picking up like a tiny piece of glass,
Oh yeah, you can accidentally cut yourself.
at any point in time, you might just cut yourself. So I just wanted to make sure that you were careful enough with it. You managed to not wound yourself on the caltrop.
Yeah.
The caltrops, they remind me of sand. I hate sand.
Oh my gosh.
It's everywhere.
It gets everywhere and
It's sharp and
sharp,
rough.
rough.
Yeah, you don't even know the quote, you dinglebag.
No, I was moving it into the gosh dang caltrops.
I love like that misquoting it, and Grant was just following along,
Just going with it.
100%.
Also, I just want to clarify, like earlier, the lightsaber thing was a joke, but he does make sound effects when he pulls out his glaive.
Yeah.
It's not even a sword.
No. But he likes
He will
to
be like,
believe that it is.
he'll like make sounds.
You do manage to navigate to the next floor. It took a little bit of time. Just so you know, the first 3 floors, the DC was 10.
Okay.
It will go up on the next 3 as things get a little bit more hectic.
Oh boy.
And how do we know what these? Oh, never mind.
Oh, you don't until you eventually graduate out of it. You now have another opportunity. Would you like to talk to any NPCs? And you thought you wouldn't get to know them.
Well, I have officially given up on Tiet.
Eboda is your NPC, man.
I
talk
guess.
to Eboda.
I guess I'm gonna go talk to
Your
Eboda.
NPC.
My boy's carrying me. I love
Eboda is still a little bit shaken. You can see that she's clutching her staff.
How
kind of shaking a
how
little
tall
bit.
how tall is
I've
Eboda?
now scooted one
you're-
cheek.
Yeah,
So
she's
Eboda-
actually a little bit taller than you.
Just a little bit taller than
Just
me?
a little. She's
she-
a halfling.
She's a halfling.
So
Oh, okay.
she's like 3'5".
I just
Eboda and I are sharing the chair
Yep.
on
Rogalor.
Rogalor's back as he's
Yep.
like climbing up more cables.
She's
And so
actually
also
sitting
just-
on a bar stool on the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
side.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll just wander over to Eboda and say, "How are you feeling? Are you doing any better?"
Well, things have been really tough. And it's strange because anytime she talks, it feels like it's about to lead into song. But it's like the monologue in a musical that like you know that they're going to be like eventually hit.
I
The song
legit
part.
thought that you were about to do a cover of "I Can Hear the Bells" from Hairspray.
I mean, who knows? If you advance your relationship with her, you might have her sing.
There you
Who
go.
knows? I'll have to think of a song.
You have to do this, Felix.
But yeah, Eboda looks at you and just goes, "Things are so dark, and it's hard for me to see the light sometimes. It's just, I can feel the sense of dread coming from the floors above us, and I know things that it'll only get darker from here.
You can feel that?
How do you survive in this darkness, Felix?
Well,
I know
usually
you've
by lighting
seen
a
deeper into it than I.
I light a torch.
I hand Felix a thing of matches.
Thank you.
He's
I pocket it.
pocket, like
Yep.
just in the hand.
It's like in Hitch where like I just like tuck it into the jacket.
Right. Yeah. Also, best scene from the movie, honestly.
It really is.
Best scene from Hitch. Shout out Will
Eboda,
Smith.
Eboda looks up at you. She looks down at you because she's on Roglar's back. And
Yeah.
just kinda, like, looks
I
over and
probably
says,
like crawled up his arm. You know.
Oh yeah. So she looks you just directly in the eyes, eye to eye, and says, "You're so clever,
Oh.
but you know, I think that it might get you in trouble one day."
I would try to argue that, but it has already happened.
And yet here you are,
And-
for the most part unscathed.
That is very true. This is why I'm not all that worried, because I figure, I mean, I'm a cat. Cats have 9 lives. I've been through worse.
Well, I pray that you're not on your last one. Because I
No.
have a feeling that not all of us are going to make it out of here.
No, I think, let's see. I think I'm on number 5.
Wow. And you can do math. Is there nothing you can't do?
Well, I can't do magic.
Don't worry. My patron blesses me in many ways.
And who is your patron?
Hmm?
Your patron. You've mentioned them a couple of times.
Well, she's the great songstress, the great dancer, the performer of performers.
And what is the name?
No, that was Aaron saying don't ask for the name.
Shut up, DJ. I know that.
Hmm?
And what was the name? You gave me a
She
lot of
prefers-
titles.
She only goes by aliases.
Oh, she doesn't have a name.
No, she does, but I'm not nearly at the level that I would know it.
I didn't realize that there was a subscription service to
Well,
earn
I'm but
somebody's
an
ni-
understudy
name.
in her grand play.
Pyramid scheme.
Perhaps when I become a true actor, when I can truly step on stage, I'll be granted to know even the name of the play that I'm in.
Aren't you already in the play? I mean, you're alive, aren't you?
I'm basically just an understudy at best.
I just like look around.
Most of the time, I don't even get to practice my lines.
I look around like at where we're at like all just the destruction and horribleness. I don't know. I mean, you seem pretty. I mean, you freaked out at first, but I don't know. You seem to be doing pretty great for being, supposedly an understudy. I mean,
Thank you. I've been practicing for a long time.
okay.
But the third floor, the next floor awaits us. We should probably get going.
Yes, we should. I don't understand these people at all.
Hey,
What is
Gil.
what's with these people?
So while all of this is happening, I'm just talking to Ruggler, and I'm just like, so, who's a disapillo? And then I'm like, and this a shoe. Who is the shoe? And I'm just asking about.
And he names every single one. He's like, that was Phyllis, the sheetsmith, smither of sheets.
Yeah. So I don't have anything important.
Can you believe 20,000 thread count?
Wow. Holy
Truly
crap.
the greatest of all the land.
Dang.
That's,
It was like sleeping on cream.
Oh my gosh.
Hands on too.
What you learn about Rogalor is he has every single member of his tribe who died memorized and an item to remember them by.
I just
And he uses all of them to kill other
lean
people.
my face against the pillow. and I
It's
feel
it's like it keeps going through the pillow. It like never ends.
melting around my face.
Yeah.
Just like, oh,
You move your head back and your pores have been cleansed.
oh, amazing.
It's incredible.
Fantastic.
Wow. A spa pillow?
Yeah.
A spillow?
A Spillo?
Last but not least, Zark. Any
Zark
conversation? Or would you
will-
just like to monologue to yourself
No.
intrinsically again?
Zark will approach to Yet.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say that right?
Good enough.
And say, "Can I speak with you privately?"
Oh my
Of course.
And they just like
Anything
go off to
for
the
you.
side, not into like another room or anything.
Yeah, but
they
just like
go
into
off
the
to
corner. She
side.
like
And he says,
kind of looks over his shoulder.
"I don't know why, but I feel like I can trust you more than anyone."
It's because she's seducing you.
I feel the same way. As though our meeting was
Run away while you still can.
How do you feel about
She's
powerful,
a freak.
powerful magic, like the kind that maybe reverses death?
think that the greatest magic of all is love. And
Yes.
yeah, I think that as long as you have love, the one who you love and the one who loves you will never truly die.
Exactly. Can I show you something?
Oh, that's a dangerous question.
Don't.
And she says, of course.
Zark
Is it your
will-
heart? Because I
Rips
will
heart
show
out of his
my-
body.
It's about close to that. And he'll pull out the 3 small, like, multicolored bones. There's one that is red, one that is blue, and then one that is yellow. And he shows them and he says, "These are spines from those of my family." She notices that 2 are
What's
longer.
with all these people carrying around their dead relatives?
And when I say spines, they're like the little like neck
Yeah.
pokies. They're
Yes.
not like a spine bone. They're like
Well,
neck
yes.
pokies. And he said, "When my ship was boarded and my 3 parents were killed."
You had 3 parents?
Yes,
Just
he
let him
had
go.
3
Keep going.
parents. And my 3 parents were killed. I was gifted these by the pilot. You see, they were on the Galactic Senate, and they were quite important. And after they were dead, well, when we returned, we found that there were my 3 parents serving. Which means somebody killed my parents and took their place. If I can find this man, then maybe he can bring back my real parents, and we can prove them wrong, because nobody has believed me. I
I
was
believe you.
blinded because they thought I crazy. They thought I
I
really
crazy?
crazy. And they thought I was too dangerous to see.
I don't think you're crazy.
Grant, did you describe?
So love, that's the thing that keeps me going.
Love. Love.
And I have
tells
no one else to
all
love because I've been cast
to
aside. But you, When you see me, you see me. When I cannot see myself. So go with me.
I will follow you wherever.
Oh my word.
Together.
Yeah,
We will.
Zark's
Find your parents. We'll find the person who did this to them. We're going to get out of this hellhole. And then we're just going to live.
Zark
We're
will
going to
turn
love. And maybe we're going to laugh.
and maybe cry.
Shh. But only tears of joy. Yes, Felix?
DM, I have a question. So since how far away are they?
Like enough
If
that
you're
with a
listening,
stage whisper you can
hear-
probably hear them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Felix just side eyes and clocks that and is just like
I like to imagine that every single conversation everyone can absolutely hear. Everyone knows everything that is said within these hallowed halls. Next floor. Floor 4.
Floor 4.
Hit me with the checks. Man.
Natural 20 on the survival.
Ooh,
23.
nice.
Your boy is focused.
Ooh, natural 20 for 26 on the
Dang.
investigation.
How we doing, Felix?
and
10? Okay. Alrighty. You are navigating through this floor. Zark, you actually know this floor. This is the 4th floor is also known as the crematory. This is where it's kind of a ritualistic floor. This is where you attempted to go and explain that your family has been replaced and stuff. You were rejected. You were like, this is where the pilot gave you the bones of your parents. So on and so forth. So you know this floor like the back of your hand. You're navigating. You could go through this blind, which you kind of are.
Yeah, a little bit.
Which I find it funny that the theoretically blind person is also the one with the best perception. Or the best survival, excuse me.
Best survival.
Um,
He's got instincts, baby. That's all he's got.
Gil, while you're traveling through, there is only one body on this floor, but you actually find them you have to open like a cabinet. They had locked themselves into a cabinet, but you had noticed that like a scrap of their clothing was trapped in the door, so you managed to pry open the door, and clutched to their chest you see a crumpled research note.
I'll put my foot against. I like grab it and I put my foot like against the body. And I'm just like, yeah.
And the book flies out of their the book, it's like 2 pages, flies out of their hands. You manage to keep a hold of it. Written on these pages, I mentioned that they were research notes. It talks about kind of the big experiment that the entire tower was involved in. They're very excited about it. They have found kind of a disease with poisonous properties that can be used for almost total body regeneration in very specific species of creatures. Like, out of the few diseases that remain on this planet, most of them are like necrotizing. So like the skin and cells just fully die and can't be like brought back. At that, literally like bone rot and stuff like that. And they believe that this disease, if they're able to fully like synthesize it and kind of change it a little bit, would be able to be used as a cure for those diseases. It is a very aggressive strain that fully remolds flesh. While you are reading these notes, Felix, you're a little bit distracted.
Regular.
I'm gonna roll. Can you? Here's a question. Could you roll a d6 3 times?
Like, do I need?
And
to
then
add
just
them all
tell me
together?
what each number is.
Okay, 4, 5, 1.
Okay. I'm going to make a couple of attacks from out the shadows. Um,
Oh, my passive perception wasn't high enough.
okay. And then let's see, that's this one here. Okay. And then your AC is at a 16, correct?
A 15.
No, wait, it's a 15. Yeah, I was looking at gills. So let me pull up a thing real quick here. You feel something ping off of you. But it just kind of thuds into your like leather and it just falls to the ground. You hear another ping that hits one of the pans that Rogalor has. And then you hear Iboda go, "Ah!" as something strikes her in the head, and there is a trickle of blood down her forehead.
Are these like rocks being slung at us?
Yeah, it appears that
Slingshot.
something has been launched at three of you, and then you very quickly you hear footsteps, kind of those metal footsteps again. Could one of you make a perception check with advantage?
Not me. Nose goes.
Drew's doing it.
Drew's got it.
No, I don't.
No, don't got it.
Because I'm rolling
Who will
like absolute
perceive?
garbage.
What's new?
Shut up. 12.
12. That is not enough to know exactly where the attack came from, and the footsteps are already gone, so you're unable to know exactly where they went. But it doesn't seem like anyone was like fatally wounded or anything.
Nah, but we gotta beat up this punk that's chucking rocks.
Iboda does have a little trickle of blood running down her head. It looks like she took a whole 4 damage, which is actually pretty brutal for her. That's a quarter of her HP.
I'll go up to her and I'll just pull a package of bandages off of Rogalor that I'm sure are there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Start kind of like patting her forehead.
The gauze of Sheridan. It was named Sherry for short. But Sherry's bandage you wrap around her head, and she goes, mind you, this is at the rest area. You guys proceed on. And she says, "Thank you. I don't know what struck me."
Are you going to sing for us?
No, not yet. At least
every thing you say, it has a little voice to it, you know.
It's part of the boon of my patron.
The boon of your patron.
Yes, my voice can, well, perhaps one day could charm the world.
I'm not sure that will happen. Rogalor!
She's like, okay. Rogalor is there and he's standing all cool. He's like, once again, I have been protected. My people, they're still by my side. I assume you're talking to Rogalor.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course.
That's a conversation, yeah.
Your people are the greatest of people, and they make me very happy.
If only they hadn't been brutally murdered.
You carry their spirit well. You carry their spirit well. Anyway, should we move on?
Wow.
Well.
Bro, he said the same thing like 6 times. It's not like
I will never move on.
Clearly, DJ, you don't know how these games work.
This guy has repeated the same thing.
Gil just skips dialogue.
Yeah.
He absolutely knows how to
tell me the new
X,
information.
X.
I want new information.
Yeah, Rogalor's like, I'll never. And they died. It was. And that's how. And now I'm here. And I will redeem them.
That's great, buddy.
Thank you for listening to me with your whole attention.
Of course. You are my friend now.
We should head towards the next floor.
I listen to you. Yes, I agree.
Felix, Zark, light him up. Anyone? No? We're on a time crunch. We're moving.
Okay, Zark has something to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's important. He says he like looks at to yeet.
You're
my God.
I'm pretty sure we've said it different every single time.
It's Tiet.
He'll look at Tiet and just be like, give me a moment. And
All the
he'll
time
walk.
that you need.
And you'll walk forward and address everybody and say, I need you all to listen to me for a moment.
Mamma mia.
Something is happening. Bodies are everywhere. We don't know what's to happen beyond this point. And, well, he looks back at Tiet. I've realized how much love has carried me forward. And he looks at all of you and says,
Gosh.
for it's the love we have for one another, for our family that we have lost, and for a future we might have together that keeps us sane, that keeps us going forward. So you have my oath. Everything in my power I will do to keep us together, to remember love. We will make it out of this alive.
Zark, can you roll a dexterity saving throw for me?
Is
Yeah.
Zark about to level up though?
Dexterity?
Yeah.
Saving throw?
Uh-huh.
Okay, 19. You
19?
know, 19
All right.
is a 19.
You will take half damage from this.
Oh, God.
The location that you're going up is literally just like a fallen banister from a higher up kind of I can't remember the name, like a balcony, that's the name, that has kind of made a slope that you can crawl up. Unbeknownst to you, as you are standing, you like kind of like mount this balcony. At the top there have just been it appears to be a spring-loaded set of darts that just and you thankfully you managed to duck and they go slightly over your head, but a couple of them clip you.
Okay.
You'll take 5 piercing damage.
All right. Ah!
Oh, that's my bad. I did not notice the trap.
No, it's okay. I felt much worse pain than this when I lost my family.
You were literally born for like 10 seconds.
I remember what it felt like, okay? It carries me through every day. So I'll repeat whatever happens. You have my glaive. We'll make it through. I promise you.
It says, you have me. I'll be there.
And Mark
says,
embraces.
and my chair.
And
So,
you have my
the next
whatever.
level.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Aaron, I made my oth. Can I
Yes,
level up
you
to level
absolutely
3?
will level up to level 3.
Yeah! Woo!
Yes.
You make your oath, you level up to level 3. On to the next floor. This is
Well, hold on.
Oh, sorry, Felix. I assume that you talked to someone. I'm not gonna lie. Who do you
I
want to talk to?
I will walk over to Aboda and
Aboda's there.
and I kind of just like inspects like the bandage on her like kind of above her eyebrow.
Yeah.
And I'll say well, that does not look like it was fun. Are you all right?
It's just a scratch, I'm sure. But I can't get rid of this sense of dread that something more will come for us. I mean, look at that. Something has clearly set up traps for us. Like,
Yes,
like
it
they
is very
knew.
strange. Yes, I agree.
But it just doesn't make any sense. It seems like they're purely meant to wound. Those darts, they would never kill anyone. The stone that struck me, it felt, well, I could hardly feel it. I just don't understand why anyone would do this, like some prankster. But clearly people are dead. What's going on in this madness?
Well, I mean, sure, like one stone doesn't kill. Yes, that is very true. But perhaps many stones could kill.
I suppose that.
But honestly,
We'll
we
have to
don't
keep
really
going
know
forward.
what's going on here yet. It could be lots of things. Could be maybe this stone thrower has some friends who are maybe a little meaner than him.
Perhaps. We should keep a lookout, though. I think that things will only increase. That's what my intuition tells me.
That is very smart. Yes, I was going to say the same thing. I think that perhaps it will get harder.
Things always are simple in the first act, but I fear that we're approaching later in this play. With that sound, the cutscene ends, and you move on to the next floor.
That's not a good.
Next floor rolls
9.
9. That's not great.
22 survival.
22 survival, fantastic.
Yeah.
23.
Whoa, DJ.
23. Fantastic. Perception with a 23 heading on to floor 5. This time you see while you're navigating swiftly through this floor,
we're moving a little too fast. I cannot pay attention.
You see another trap. These traps you're able to navigate. They are ramping up in terms of violence. Originally, it starts off with some more of those like dart traps, but as you go further on, one of them just is full on like a tripwire that if you trigger it, a full axe swings down from above. Just by the power of gravity. You just kind of sidestep that one, diffuse it, good enough. But even then, and this is something that you can very easily tell, these traps are not meant to kill. Even the axe was like clearly swinging for leg/groin area rather than like wounding in the torso. Yeah, they are clearly not meant to kill.
Yeah, just maim and ruin you for the rest of your life.
Because a giant axe to the groin won't kill you.
Yeah, I got an axe to the groin.
Dungeons and Dragons. You can walk it off.
As they're walking along, Felix will kind of lean over and whisper to Aboda and say, I must admit, it does seem that the traps are getting a little worse. So perhaps, maybe eventually they are simply a warning to fools who would dare enter this realm. Perhaps we should turn around. I think we should just leave. Maybe I think we should just go. What do you think?
Are you really becoming afraid now?
Afraid? I do not get afraid for anything. I just like not dying and making money.
I like not dying.
And I think perhaps if we keep going, death is inevitable.
Fear is the enemy of love.
I mean, technically.
Actually, fear is the enemy of willpower.
That is the end
what
of
requires more will than love.
Thank you.
This is not a philosophy lesson. Death is coming for us all, and we must get paid. So
well, okay. How about this? How good at healing is everybody? Because I have no ability to heal any of you.
I have no ability to heal about anybody.
With the power of love, I can heal people.
I feel deeply.
Great. Why didn't you do that before?
What do you mean?
When Aboda was struck in the face.
I mean, she seemed fine.
She was bleeding from her forehead down her face, and that seems fine.
You speak from a place of passion, and frankly, I have to respond in kind. You're absolutely right.
You clearly have a too much of a dependency on the magic.
I hate paladins.
Truth be told, I just really wanted to see you bond. I saw you get up there and bandage her up.
I bandaged her up.
Sorry. I'll be honest. It was just in the reflection of Zark's eyes. It was hard for me to tell.
Zark walks forward and puts his hand on Felix's shoulder. He bends down and puts his hand on Felix's shoulder. He says, believe in feeling. Watch me feel. And he'll put his hands on his neck where the darts hit him and lean over and go and he's just feeling. You can see the emotion, and he
Okay,
uses.
I would just
he
like to
uses lay on hands.
I would like to state
Cool.
the
To
sound
heal
that you just
himself
made
for
was
5
so Hayden
points.
Christensen. That moan was so Anakin from the prequels.
You watch as he like is feeling. He's like, that his wounds close up and they glow slightly, and he's like, "Love heals, Felix."
It's
Believe
true.
in us.
Well, how about this? It seems that you both have enough fields for all of us. So you guys believe in fields, I believe in gold and living.
Hey, Gil.
If you love money, so
in this
be it.
conversation, you've been a little bit distracted, but you notice underneath the stairwell that leads up to the next floor, you see a hand outstretched holding more research notes.
Oh, look at the body.
Oh, look at the do you go and pick him up?
I go over. I'll grab the research notes. I look at them.
Fantastic. I'm gonna real quick roll some dice.
But I want you to know this is how I do it. I
Ooh.
hop off of my chair with no arms. I go, whoop, and I land, and I
Yeah, you skip over jauntily to the dead
I
body.
pluck up the papers, and then I kind of skip back over, and I hop back up. Ow! I just hit my head on the ceiling. And I hop back up onto Rugalor.
Literally,
old is
as
Gilbert?
you go down to grab the papers, and then
He's
you
like
stand up and turn away,
37.
you feel something slash across the back of your leg,
Mamma
just
God.
for a measly 2 damage.
mia!
And you whip around to turn, and you see something small and a glint of a sharp, like knife of some kind or some sharp object, skitter into the vents on all 4s.
I dive after it, just straight up. I'm just trying to like
Absolutely.
grab it.
Can you make a athletics an attempt at a grapple? So it'll be an athletics check for you.
Could it be a dexterity grapple?
Nope, only when you're
I'm
opposing.
diving.
Nope.
Well, that's a natural 20
Ooh, hot dang.
plus what? 21.
You are going to grab a hold of this thing's ankle. And
Ragla!
it will attempt to make one more attack before anyone can come at you. It will stab at your hand.
Oh, that's messed up.
Ooh, that'll be a crit. Knife comes down. Let me roll in the box,
Oh my
please.
god.
That'll just be a total of 7 damage.
Oh my gosh!
DM, do I have the ability to rush over there?
Yes, you can absolutely run over there.
Okay, I will. I would like to rush over there and how
You
how
stabbed
big
my
is this
hand.
vent? Like
well,
is it
right
big?
now,
Is it big enough that I
Gil
could
is
fit?
shoved in there? If Gil wasn't, yes, this is a 1 person in a line type of size event.
Okay. While I'm holding on to it, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hold on to it for very much longer, but I do want to try and like get a look at what I'm holding at.
Yeah, you're able to see 2 glowing eyes in the darkness. They're yellow eyes, and they have like a very long, like bulbous nose and kind of like pale reddish skin. You have never seen anything like this, but in the moment you're like, this is not the point in time to like think through what you're seeing.
Yeah. I'm like,
you
this is what I saw.
Yeah.
Regular.
Is there anything that you guys would like to do before either Gil decides to let go or this thing attempts to stab again?
Well, I would like to stab at it too, but I can't do that while Gil's in the way.
Someone pull me out of the vent.
I'm 3 foot tall.
Get Rugalor.
Oh, Rogler hasn't even noticed. You guys are like screaming. He's like, I will avenge them.
I will. I'll scream over. My dear friend Regular, we need assistance over here. I'm not very strong. Help pull our friend out.
Of course. This is a job for Clarence. He will run over. He will take out a back scratcher, and he will hook it on. And then wrap your shirt in it. He will go into a rage.
Oh yes, baby.
So
Let's
that way he
go.
can make this with advantage. Let me roll some die. He says, for my people, And he will roll quite high. He fully yanks it, and like a cork popping out of a bottle. The two of you are just launched across the room.
I would like, as I'm flying through the air, I'd like to try and pull him closer to my chest.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a bad idea.
He stabs you in the heart.
That's a bad
I will
idea.
not even have you have to roll for that. He will willingly get closer to you.
Beautiful.
Both of you will take some fall damage. Rogler throws you like a full 20 feet, but you only take
Oh my gosh!
DM, for the record, as this is happening, Felix is definitely like unsheathing his rapier and like jumping like and pouncing towards the two of them as they begin to land on the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of you will take 3 damage.
Oh my gosh.
You will move to pounce. The little thing will stab again. Your AC is a
16.
16,
He misses.
which it will hit you with a 17.
Ah!
Not for a lot. There's only one of them. 4 damage. Just
Can I
coming down at you with whatever he happens to have in his hand. Felix, you get there.
Yeah. Okay. Great. As I land like on top of both of them, I imagine I stand up and with a big flourish of my rapier, what's that?
Yeah, you just thrust down. Make an attack roll.
Okay. I suppose I have flanking, do I?
Yes, you absolutely do. But he's prone too, so you have advantage in like 7 different ways.
Nice.
7 ways to Sunday.
Yeah.
Nice. Love that.
Nice.
12.
12. To hit?
Yes.
Good.
I rolled.
Hold on.
I rolled a 2 and a 5.
He's not wearing any armor, which means that it would be 10 plus his dex with his 2, so that is a 12.
Nice.
I had to math it out.
Meeting
The stat block I'm using has
expectations
leather armor and
everywhere
a
I
shield.
go.
He does.
Meeting expectations.
So you thrust down, roll your damage. You will have sneak attack on this.
Nice.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I almost guarantee you that you'll kill him.
Yeah.
Oh, now I have to cross this off. Dang it.
What'd you say, Aaron? Something about crossing something off and then shoot dang?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, why did it remark it? I'm an idiot.
I last minute
17
flip it so that my back is to Felix
you
and
get stabbed.
and I get stabbed and I hold this
17
little
points
baby or
of
something.
piercing damage.
Oh yeah, you obliterate him.
Nice.
Very fragile bones on this thing.
I just
Well done,
shish kebab
Felix.
him.
Oh, it's with a rapier, and somehow like his entire skull just collapses.
He just implodes on
Oh
impact.
gosh.
Yeah.
What is this thing?
Upon he falls limply, just super dead.
Oh, what's the
Like,
matter for you,
you
eh?
killed his soul.
Chocolat bleu.
Oh my gosh.
This creature appears to be goblin-esque.
It appears to be like a goblin.
You've never seen a goblin like this.
It's a kind of a goblin-esque.
Interestingly enough, you notice that the thing in his hand appears to be a kind of broken syringe.
That's he was just
Oh.
I pick that up and look at it. Is there anything left of liquid?
No,
I look at the stab wound on my hand and realize that this guy was straight up just using a used needle on me.
Wait, it could have been.
You don't know it
sterile.
was used. It could have been sterile. It's just a broken needle.
Oh man, we don't know what could have been injected into your body. You could die within seconds.
Am I going to die?
Do I notice like does this thing also have like a slingshot on it, like some like
no.
a bag of
No ranged
caltrops?
weapons on this one.
Zark,
No, nothing.
Zark, please. I don't want to die.
I'm sorry.
Tia-
They said that sucking out the poison doesn't really work.
Tia will
Zark,
walk up to
please.
you,
I
and
don't
she
know what
will
to say.
embrace you in her arms, and she will say,
Oh,
"With the power of love, you will be saved."
thank you
And
for
she will
that.
use 5 points to cure any diseases or poisons affecting you,
Yeah,
and expend another 10 to heal you. She is now out of hit points for lay on hands.
You are the most amazing woman I have ever seen.
I know.
That was so hot.
Yeah, they start looking at like while she's still like holding you.
The
in her
tongue is
embrace.
like
Inspecting the syringe, does it seem to be similar to, and like looking at like the stab wounds on Bert, do they seem to be similar to the stab wounds from the other bodies?
No.
No.
You do think that it would mark it would match some of the smaller wounds, but it has never been a lethal stab. Okay. It does not match any of the like killing blows.
Okay, interesting. All right.
Rogalor says that encounter took up a lot of time. We should move forward. We don't have time to talk.
Yes, but we must be careful because I fear that there are more than just this little one here. There are probably others. Many others, probably. Like
and we'll stick together
5
until the end.
at least. Maybe 10.
They start.
Do you want to
slithering
read
away.
the papers that you have, Gil?
Now that I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
killing a goblin, basically, I look at my hand, which now no longer has a hole in it, and I go, "Oh yeah, my papers."
You have 2 pages again. The first page gives you a little bit more information about what exactly the creatures have, or the creatures are that they have found this like disease strain in. And unsurprisingly, it is goblins. They have found goblins that lived in some deep cave that frankly were just completely out of their minds. But even when like wounded, would regrow flesh on top.
I read this and I immediately look at the goblin-esque thing.
The goblin is not
regrowing point?
regenerating. It is not. It is super dead.
Cool.
This does not match with the reports.
Cool.
You think that this is a later modified version of that.
Mm.
The second page is a little bit more frantically written.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is very prim and proper. The second one says, one of the test subjects has escaped. It's spreading.
It's spreading.
No.
I say out loud
Yes.
as I look at the papers.
Iboda faints. Iboda passes out. It's hard to tell if it's real or if it's a stage faint, but Iboda hits the floor.
What's spreading? Do you have an infection?
There is a creature that escaped, and now it is spreading its disease, cure,
Oh, no.
something. I don't really know.
Well, that doesn't sound good at all.
The devil of conscious thought must be in danger.
Not the devil of conscious thought.
We should
We
make
must
haste.
find him.
Quickly, Zark.
I will.
Guide us forward.
I will mount Rugalor, and I just go
Yeah.
onward.
Absolutely. He gets in
Zark
a full
offers
stance.
his.
Says, I will follow you wherever. I trust you, Zark.
As
Noble warrior.
Wait.
as we begin to march forward again, Felix would just kind of shrug and say, "I don't know. I'm just saying the offer to turn around is still up on the table."
Next floor. I'm gonna start picking up the pace. We're gonna have less time to talk. We've had too much
Yeah,
fun.
that's cool.
Things
That's
are
cool.
getting dire. Things are
17.
getting dangerous. 17. That's for the investigation. Survival, perception.
5 for survival.
5 for survival.
18.
18 for perception. With an 18, you are once again able to navigate traps. There are more of them. They are more frequent. They're more willing to maim more gratuitously. Zark, you are completely lost.
Yeah.
You've been
I've
leading
never been
them
up
around
this
in
high.
circles.
Hey.
Gil,
Chuck, isn't that the same trap that we've passed by 3 times?
I think so.
it's a
We'll
it's a
find it.
Dunkin' Donuts.
We'll
You
find
pass
it eventually.
There's so many of them.
My instincts are failing me. There's dollar generals on like every other corner.
I will, and that trap. I mean, that trap is a different kind of trap. That's just a really hunkin' man, but you know, he's still got traps.
He says, "Thank you."
Nice.
Gil,
Passes.
it is really easy
That's
for
a-
you to find any form of information or any hint as to what exactly is going on this floor, because painted in blood on one of the walls is "Don't let them touch you."
Don't let them touch you.
What do you think it means?
Immediately as you ask that, Zark, you round a corner and you see hunched over, there are like 10 little creatures.
Yeah, I called it.
Oh no.
I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Oh no. They're little zombie goblins, right? That's got to be what's happening. It's
You're
a
a zombie.
necromancy disease that like grows back your skin and stuff.
word you're
It like
looking for-
reshapes it.
Grant is necrotic.
It's a necrotic situation.
20 to I should say 25 to 20. Okay. 19 to 15. 14 to 10.
11.
Okay.
Also 11.
Okay. Grant.
9.
9. Fantastic.
Zomblins. What a good name.
Zomblins.
Specifically, I have them written down as Gorbs. Just because it was
Gorbs.
fast.
Those Storbs. Thank you,
yeah.
Anchored, for the name.
There are 10 of them, and they're
Thanks,
going
Anchored.
to turn, look at you. They see you. They heard you coming because you're moving quickly. Who are they? Who do they think looks the weakest? Okay, that's a no on there.
Don't you dare
It's
go for
probably
it,
going to
Boda.
be Gil.
Mhm.
And then
Gil's
definitely not
completely
Rogalor.
unarmed.
Probably not Tit. It's probably going to be Gil and.
To be fair, though, you know, just for the sake of self-preservation, I am still on my chair on Ruggleor's back.
Oh yeah.
Can they even see me? You know?
You'll have like half cover.
Okay.
That's not going to matter. That's going to be like a 24, 28 to hit.
Aaron,
Yeah.
level 3. Aaron,
Yeah, you're how much?
I'm 3rd level.
Oh yeah, you're fine. You're only going to take
Aaron.
7 damage.
Oh my god, Aaron.
And then Felix, they're gonna try to hit you.
They're gonna try to hit me.
Okay. Yeah. 5 of them pointed at Gil, 5 of them pointed at you.
Yeah.
I got lucky.
You're like swarms.
That'll be a 27 hit?
yes.
27?
That'll hit.
Yeah, okay.
The man who created Basefook.
Yeah.
That's me.
That'll be another 7 damage.
It's a dream.
7 damage to you, Felix.
I'm going to uncanny dodge.
That's chill.
Wait, can I do
Take
that?
3.
I think you're too
No,
low
you
level
can't.
for it.
You're too low level.
Oh, that's 5th level. Ah.
They are then all going to take they're just going to sprint away from you and hide.
I
just gonna
like
run
lean
away.
over Ruggleor's shoulder. I'm like, avenge me, Ruggleor. And I'm just like laying in this chair haphazardly.
So all 10 of them are just going to book it down the hallway towards a corner. What would you guys like to do? They I will tell you right now that they have
left?
Yeah, they are attempting to leave. Specifically Felix. You have
How
agency.
far down the hallway did they make it?
They can dash as a bonus action. So 60 feet.
Okay, great. Here's what I'm gonna do. I am going,
He's cooking. Drew is cooking.
so using my feline agility, I'm gonna double my speed.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna again all fours just phew! and once as I approach, I'm gonna do like the thing with like the with a katana, like as you unsheath your blade, you strike
Yeah.
at the same time. He's gonna
Like Iedo or whatever.
Yeah, I forget what the term is called, but yeah, like as he's dashing, like as he's passing the first one, he unsheaths his blade and slashes out at them, and then he will, as a bonus action, throw a dagger at the other one, at the other group.
Fantastic. Make some attack rolls. Their AC is going to be 12, and they have 7 hit points.
Okay, great. And I will get sneak attack because
Yes.
of my fancy footwork.
Indeed.
Go, Felix.
Go
Okay,
Felix.
that
This
is-
city.
Go Felix. Go Felix.
That
Go.
will hit with the first attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. Super dead.
Super dead.
Super dead. With like 20 something damage.
Yeah. Just murdered.
Second attack is also gonna hit, and that is that is 8 damage.
8 damage. So 2 of
Nice.
them will
Just
die.
enough. Good job, Felix. What do you get out
Fantastic. 2 of them die. Were you aiming for the ones that attacked you or the ones that attacked Gil?
Mostly me.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Do you have anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No.
Fantastic. Next up, we're going to go straight to Gil.
So, I don't have any weapons on me. But there's a living weapon that I'm sitting on.
Yes.
Can I throw something off of him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. I would like to
It'll
throw
be an
something.
improvised weapon.
Yeah. But my question is, my real question is, what would it take to inspire Rugalor into action?
Honestly, Ruggler's ready to go.
Great. Fantastic. As long as he's ready to go. I kind of like crawl up onto the back of the chair. I'm like, and then over his shoulder, I just like, yeah.
You just fling like a sharpened spork.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make an attack roll.
Ooh, that's a 16 on die.
That'll hit.
I'm guessing plus dexterity, not proficient.
It'll be one damage plus if you have sneak attack, which sure I'll give it to you.
Great.
I mean,
Excellent.
I'm engaged.
Yeah, you're close enough.
So a D6.
Yeah. So theoretically, if you roll a 6, you'll kill one.
Woo! All right, let's do it. Come on, baby. That's a 1.
Okay.
2 damage.
Okay.
Good work. This looks good, team.
Perfect. You and it like thunks one in the shoulder, like
Ah,
and
you
they
ruffian!
keep scrabbling away.
That was nothing like my exit. You are ruffian. That was
Zark. They are fleeing before your might.
Sark says, wait,
You ruffian.
there's too many of them. It's no use. Do you see the rate they're running away?
Do something, Yark.
My heart is
Yark.
telling me that something's very wrong.
But you should always follow your heart, my dear. Hold your fire. I believe him.
Oh my gosh.
Rogler is standing there and he's like,
We must
As I'm like
continue.
whispering in his ears, go get them. Go get them.
We need to find the Great One.
Roglor will he will choose to do both actions. He will not move, but he will throw something.
Yeah.
He will throw you on the chair.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Does that count as 2 weapons? I'm just saying. You know.
He will miss horribly.
What if I
uh,
jump off the chair and just like spread my body out like a bowling
give
ball?
him advantage with it.
Yeah.
You okay, it got worse. You're like, I'm gonna jump off this chair, but you don't remember how physics works, so you jump and the chair just goes backwards.
And the chair just brushes
and
away.
You just fall.
Ah!
And you land there and he goes, "No, David, maybe I've used you too many times. Perhaps 35 is your limit."
I look at the chair and I also go, David.
You see that there's a small crack that's formed in the seat. You're like, poor what's her face, Iboda.
Ebola?
Something like that. Iboda will hold up a hand, and you can see her about to shoot out magic, and her hand's shaking, and then she just goes, "I can't," and she will not fire.
Oh
off
my
any
goodness.
magic. These people are useless.
These
I'm not sure if
people?
you knew. But on the top of
I
the round,
devoted so much time to your character art, Ebola. Come on, do something,
the
please.
goblins will scurry even farther away, fleeing from you. They will take anyone near you will take the disengage. The rest of them will take the dash, and they will just disappear into the annals of this floor.
I slowly crawl my way over to David. David, you were my brother.
My brother.
I'm so sad. If you put an A in front of everything, it immediately becomes Italian.
That's clearly how it works.
That's how I broke in.
Rogler walks over and he pats you on the back and he says, "It's okay. My people still are by me. Perhaps David just needs time to rest. I have many others of my tribe here. I shall not stop."
You are so brave.
While this is happening, Felix is like stabbing at like the holes in the pipes in the walls and stuff like that, and like all the places they skirt to is like, yes, let it right, run away from me, you peasants! You are nothing compared to me. Die, power and fear beneath me.
In your rage and anger, you are stabbing away at the walls. Gil, you see at his feet one of the bodies of the goblins appears to be wearing the remains of a tattered lab coat.
I knew it.
Felix.
What? What do you want?
Felix, I'm on your side. I'm on your side. At your feet.
What about my feet?
The goblin. The zomblin, the glom. It is
Glom.
Just looks down. Oh, hey, there's a goblin at my feet wearing a lab coat. Isn't that interesting, guys?
That's why it felt wrong. These aren't goblins. These are people.
Or maybe the goblins are the researchers. Maybe the goblins are smarter than you think.
Oh.
Did one of the goblins touch you?
I don't know.
Did I touch one of the goblins as I flew? I looked to see as if I could like.
Both
His
of you
nose
were
is
wounded
giant
in
and
this past
red.
Fight.
What was that?
Both of you were wounded in this past fight,
Hmm.
but none of them physically touched you.
Okay, that's good. I don't know. I think I'm fine.
Just remember, and I point to the massive mural of blood that says, "Do not let them touch you." Do not let them touch you.
What do you think it means?
Do not let them touch you.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
Felix, in your stabbing of the walls, you turn, you look at the thing, and then you hear clang clang as one of the panels of the wall falls off, and you do find an access duct that leads up. You actually would be able to skip a couple floors if you would like.
Of course. I like.
We're gonna speedrun it, baby.
I look. I
Wait.
open up like the vent and like look up,
Can Rugglor fit?
and I say,
Ruggler absolutely can.
and I say, my friends, I have found
Okay.
us a way out. Let us hurry! And he scurries up the wall.
This will lead you from floor. You can stop anywhere on either floor 7, 8, or 9.
9.
Gotta go to 9.
Let's go to the top, baby.
Fantastic.
I crawl up onto Ruggler's back and I grab the seatbelt and I clip myself in
Aaron,
and then I
yeah.
carry it.
So Aaron, are you saying we found the flute from Super Mario like 3 or whatever that allows
Yep.
you to skip 3 worlds?
Yep.
We're playing shoots and
what
ladders.
happened is you jumped on the top of the map and ran over, and you found the warp zone.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Escalators.
Yep. So you head up to
Snakes.
floor 9. You do see remnants of like like these strange little goblin creatures using these ducts. You think that that's most likely where the sound of footsteps was coming from on the lower floors. They're literally in the walls.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
When we pass the floors, like, do they make like noise? Like, can we hear more of them as we get further along?
You guys are in like metal tunnels, so you can literally hear like so much movement of creatures, and you can actually hear the sounds of like other adventurers through these ducts as they're like, "Oh, come on."
There are other adventurers in this tower?
But yeah, there's
a bunch of people.
It's like the size of a
entire
city.
city is doing this.
So there are hundreds of adventurers in this building. Probably close to thousands at a potentially. Like this is a small city size. You are just a tiny portion of it.
I see.
It's very short, but very, very tall. It's like a mall. But
Did you just say it's
uh,
short and tall?
it's short but very wide. That's what I meant.
That's what it is.
It's got a lot of area on each floor, but the floors are
It's horizontally tall.
Yeah, it's horizontally. It's thick. You scramble up through these tunnels. You pass floor after floor. You actually peer a couple of times, and you can see these like strange long-nosed goblin-esque things patrolling the floors and like setting up traps and stuff. And like it's weird. They're completely silent. They don't like communicate to each other. It's like they're just doing things that they know to do. You end up on floor 9. The last floor is the residence of the Devil of Conscious Thought. I will need one more survival perception investigation.
Okay, boys, make it count, guys. This is it.
Okay. That's a 20 not nat.
20 not nat.
Wow, how do you roll like this?
I also got a 20 not nat.
What
How are
is
you
going
doing,
on?
Zark?
I got a 13. I thought that was good.
Tell you what.
I rolled
One
a
of
14, and I have a plus 6.
All 3 of your companions will work together to assist you. So
I
roll with
already
advantage.
15.
15. That's the DC.
Whoa!
You managed to this time navigate successfully. Gil,
Yeah.
you find one last section of research documents. These appear to be written in the hand of the Devil of Conscious Thought.
By the hand of the Devil of Consciousness.
They are these are much more detailed. Clearly, he was observing this experiment up close. In fact, he was probably the head researcher on it.
He must have been
It confirms some of the things that you know.
It
One,
confirms many of the things.
the disease comes from goblins or some goblin, like some rare subspecies. It is incredibly aggressive.
It is a very aggressive.
And as the notes go on, it gets a little bit more frantic, just as the ones that you saw before, which is weird because you've never seen like the Devil of Conscious Thought be panicked in any way, shape, or form.
It's strange. I've never seen him be panicked in any form.
But it seems as though he has found after the subject escaped, it wounded some people. This was 6 days ago that this was written. So before the lockdown.
Before the lockdown?
But apparently, the first day after they were wounded, they were very small scratches, a bite here and there. Nothing happened. On the second day, they started to become manic. On the third day, they started to physically change. And they began to resemble more and more the goblin that attacked them. The interesting part about this was one of them was never wounded by hand.
It was never wounded by hand.
Now, do the notes
I say all this out loud.
Do the notes say that they were wounded by the goblin or a goblin?
Specifically by the goblin that escaped. They were wounded by it. That when they changed, that's when the lockdown occurs. You know that the Devil of Conscious Thought actively put the building in lockdown, because if we had this thing on the loose rampaging around, he didn't want it to spread. This is when the notes get very concerning, because they lost track of some of the people that were infected.
No.
More people began to become infected. And they have found that you can stop the infection. It's less of a disease and more of a curse. But you can only stop the curse by killing the goblin that infected you.
Oh, that's gonna be a really hard
Does that
thing
reverse
to
the
do.
curse, though, and change everybody back?
Only direct, like if you are wounded by a specific goblin, that specific goblin has to die. If you are wounded by 10 specific goblins, all 10 of them have to be killed to stop the curse.
And all of these goblins
Oh.
were also once people
Yes.
that we'd have to kill. So it's literally like you're just
So
You're
wait,
getting-
so I have to. There's 3 more people that I have to kill to not be turned.
If this appears to be the case, then yes.
Dang it!
If this is true.
you loser.
You got wounded too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Specifically, you are reading this. You have navigated to a balcony that is overlooking. You actually crossed almost to the roof, and you're looking down into the room of the Devil of Conscious Thought.
We suppose that the devil has the power to kill all of the things and save all of us.
Surely he has the wisdom to help.
In the center of the room, you see in classic lich-like form this tall, gaunt figure wrapped in dark robes holding onto a staff. Can all of you make a perception check?
Interesting. 10.
10.
Perception's wisdom, right?
Yes.
19.
19.
13.
13. Gil, you notice it first. On the edges of the room, you can see glaring in the darkness 10, 20, 50, 100, maybe more glowing yellow eyes.
You know what I should have done? I should have chosen to be a wizard, because then I could take
Maybe.
fireball.
As you look, they begin to encroach further and further and further into the room. You also notice, and Felix, you notice the goblins eventually, and then followed by Sark. But Gil, you're the only one who sees that the hand that clutches the staff is shaking. It trembles and it trembles.
No.
And as the goblins close in, they stop. And they just wait. And slowly, the body of the Devil of Conscious Thought begins to hunch and turn and writhe in pain as he gets smaller and smaller. And the bony hand that originally was just bone that clutched the staff begins to grow pale red skin.
Oh, this is very bad. This is very bad.
We have to get out of here. We have to run. We made the mistake.
can't be
We should
good.
have turned around. We have to run.
No, love
In the
will hold us
complete
together.
silence, your voice in your fear hits the glass, and a pair of yellow eyes growing out of a skull that has not yet had flesh form out of it looks up at you, and it points, and 1,000 screaming gorbs look up at you and begin to run up the staircase towards the roof.
Oh no!
What would all of you like to do?
I run.
Fantastic.
Well, okay,
Yeah, run
now
away,
GM,
I
to
think.
clarify,
Yeah,
I want to turn into one of these gobs anyway.
maybe.
In like 3 days.
Oh, you're
Maybe.
Because
So are you going to stay behind, or are you going to try to hold them off?
I
Are you gonna
was
sacrifice
because I was
yourself?
wounded, and
Oh.
We
I
don't know this for sure.
okay,
This is just a hypothesis.
Aaron, we
Yeah.
just saw a lich turn into one of these things.
Well, yeah,
There's
but maybe there's a cure.
yeah,
The cure is to kill them all.
is to kill them all, and
Oh,
I
you
can't
don't
do
know
that.
for sure. Maybe you do. Maybe you just need to dispel curse.
Anchored suggested setting the whole place on fire.
That might not be a bad idea.
Do one of the paladins have remove curse?
That's an excellent question. Does
I don't.
does Tiet have remove curse? No, they have Hunter's Mark.
Okay,
Felix. So are you staying, Felix?
nah,
No. Yeah.
I'm not that
He, no, he
heroic.
stands
100%.
there.
I straight up I pull out one of the leather little things that you like whack a
DM.
horse with to get it to go faster. And I
Riding
start doing
crop.
that.
I will
Absolutely.
I will ask
Regular.
DM. I will ask DM as a privateer. Gunpowder, is a common thing used.
Yeah.
I
You just
don't
have
know if
barrels
that's
of
true.
gunpowder.
Would I
on you.
would I
Gunpowder
happen to
versus
have like a
lit.
small container of gunpowder?
Absolutely not, because on this planet it is considered contraband,
So
and you're unwilling to walk blatantly through the streets with it. You
I
have
ha-
some back in your store.
I have deep pockets. Come,
You are like 3'3", my guy.
I have gunpowder, DM.
sure, but I could
No,
still
Zark, no, you
have
don't.
a small vial.
I'm gonna tell you exactly
Okay.
what options you have.
Okay,
You
fine.
can stay or you can run.
I will run.
Okay.
I gotta run.
Let's
Hey,
look
run,
at
run,
the pros
run.
and cons
And
list.
DM.
If we stay, we
Shut up,
die. If
Grant.
we lose, we might not.
DM, I will.
I like it.
I will use my feline agility again to double my move speed,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I will dash, action dash, and bonus action dash.
100%. You
Nice.
you literally just leave the rest of them in the dust.
Yeah,
You are
100%.
gone. And Tiet says, "This is for the best. Maybe one of us can make it out here. Go, my love." And she will turn towards the Gorbs, and she will and just fire like a cone of acid up the
Nice.
stairs towards them as they are descending
Let's
towards you.
go.
Tiet will choose to run with you after she does that. She will be a
Okay,
little bit
that's good.
behind. Rogalor is going to stand and fight.
I'm whipping him, and I'm like,
Rogalor, he grabs you off of his back, and he pulls you in front of him, and he says, "This is my destiny. Perhaps I can redeem my people here. Don't worry. I am Rogalor. I shall not fall."
I just like hold his face for a second.
Now to clarify, DM, this is
And I'm
like
gonna book it.
this is like World War Z. Like
Oh yeah, no, this is
Yeah.
hundreds of zombies.
like a whole
Rogalor,
swarm.
he will take out a chain and David. And he will like a lion tamer. He will hold the stairs,
I love it.
and he will say, "Go, Rogalor shall defend the rear." As I
I will
always have.
also
And it's
use
such a sick scene. Picture like the corridor covered in acid, but like what's his name,
Yep.
Rogalor, standing there like with all his things, just like encircled by these reddish like demon like. Dude,
Mhm.
I love it.
The yellow
it's so
eyes
sick.
crawling down the walls and
Yes, and
ceiling
he's
towards
just
them.
standing there with
And
all
he's
his
standing
hands
there,
and
just
chairs.
like hands and
Oh,
chairs.
that's so
like
sick.
a couple of shoes hooked to his
Just
side.
steaming acid everywhere.
Eventually, what you can see
Gosh.
as you're running away, some of them jump onto him, but their teeth can't quite make it past the shoes. He
Nice.
throws one into a wall. He throws another one through the glass to his right. He whips, but eventually he is just overwhelmed as hundreds of these Gorbs crawl over him. But he does not die, because killing him would be a mistake. Their goal is to multiply.
Oh no!
This is terrible.
And so he yells as he continues to thrash at
Oh,
minimum
no.
HP as he uses his last rage to take as many of them as he can. But they are proceeding down the hallway. Iboda is with you, barely holding on to consciousness. So she goes, "Run, Joey, run, Joey, run!" And it's just sprinting. with her
I
tiny
would like
legs.
to point out I'm not as fast as Felix, but I will also be using my bonus action to dash and my action to dash
100%.
to be doing as fast as I can.
You are all running. Zark, you are third in line. Felix is legions in front of you.
yeah,
I assume that you're running as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely running, but I want to help Tiet.
Yeah,
I want to help Tiet like get as fast as I can get. Does that make
100%.
sense?
You're like holding hands.
Yes,
like,
I'm like trying to help her along.
We'll go together.
Yes, exactly.
You guys are overwhelmed immediately with swords.
Iboda
Yeah.
is still behind
We
you.
live together or we die together.
you are-
Nothing between.
Iboda has 25 feet of movement,
oh no.
Oh no!
and so she is not able to keep pace. And so she is the first to be lost.
Oh,
She
my
turns and
gosh.
she will try to fight.
No, my NPC.
You see her for the first time. She once again she tries to cast some form of spell, but you think that because she was struck she was the first one to be wounded. She cannot bring herself to harm her own ilk.
Ooh.
So she calls upon her patron. She tries to sing, she tries to dance, but her song is cut short as hundreds of gorbs overwhelm her once again.
Oh my gosh, Aaron.
Oh my gosh.
Zark, bursting through the wall. 5 of them are going to attempt to strike you, and
Okay, this is fine. This is fine.
they are
I can
also
take
going
it.
to attempt to strike Tiet.
Okay. What do you got for me? What do you got for me? Do I have to make a save?
It's going to be an attack roll against you.
Okay.
Tiet will get hit barely.
Of course, yeah, we'll get hit.
And then Zark, you have an AC of what? An AC of 13. It will hit you as well.
I have an AC of 17. I was wrong.
Oh,
I didn't have
17?
my chain.
You
I didn't
just
have
did
my
your math
chain mail
terrible?
equipped.
In that case, a claw bounces off against your chain mail. But Tiet is wounded. She raises her shield up, but just from underneath, you see a shard of some kind of broken glass cuts up from underneath her armor, and just a drop of blood runs down the side of it as it laughs, disengages, and then climbs back into the wall.
Okay,
And-
as they're running, and Zark sees this, Zark just says, as they're running, "No, stay with me, Tiet. We're gonna move to another world. I have big ideas. I picture a way for people to interact."
She looks at you. She says, "Don't worry, my love. My heart will overcome any curse, any disease for you."
I have a name for it. It'll make us rich. Basefuck. It'll be amazing. I have to save my parents.
It'll be a way to connect. It'll be great with college kids.
Maybe this other world will find out a way for us to live happy with my parents, as I never got the chance to.
You. Together, let's run, and you continue to run.
Oh my
Yeah.
Overwhelmed.
Felix,
instantly.
can you make an athletics check?
Do a pull up, DJ.
Athletics, you say?
Yeah,
21.
21. You are booking it through the hallways. You are fat. You are the fastest cat alive.
Yeah, dude.
Your tiny little legs and your 3'3" stature.
Yeah.
You are
Meow.
full on somersaulting and dodging. You're not even carrying, like, there are traps here. You are too fast.
Yeah,
By
yeah.
the time they activate, you are already gone.
Yeah.
You are dip, duck, dodge, diving, rolling all the way out of here.
100%.
You are. You will fully escape. Next up, Gil. Athletics check.
Mamma mia.
Athletics check from you.
Oh,
Gil.
thank you. Sorry.
As that's happening, Felix will, like, as he's running and like dodging and rolling and vaulting over things, he will just say to himself, "I knew I shouldn't take this job."
19 for me.
19 for you. Much the same. You can just see the tail of Felix as he runs forward, and you just keep trying. You're like, I'm a rogue too. You just start doing. You like try to. It's a little clumsier, but a lot of the traps have already been activated. So you're
Much
able to dodge
as
them
to
pretty
when
well.
I escaped from prison,
Yes,
everything just is
things
conveniently timed for me.
You're just nailing it.
Where it's just like Felix has already triggered the trap and like escape when it triggers, but by the time that I get to it, it's past its trigger, and so like it's
Yep.
just done
Yeah,
already.
Yeah, so
and I'm just like,
you actually aren't even dodging anything.
I'm just like running
already,
past
like,
all these already triggered traps.
You will see another adventurer like climbs out of it, right? He's like, and then
I'm so
sucks
sorry.
back down.
Dragged into the alley.
Zork, can you make an athletics check for me?
Yes, I can.
Fail.
Okay, that's like a 17.
17, just barely good enough. You're able to, yeah, and you're like, most of the traps have already been set off and stuff like that, but you are at the back of the group with Tiet, so like the two of you are like, they are at your heels, so most of your athletics is like doing some sick parkour
And
to,
helping Tiet, I'm guessing.
yeah, is to like avoid them and help Tiet past it. Tiet's doing all right, but like, you know, sometimes she, even while running in the fear of death, she gets distracted looking at you.
Wow.
She just, she's just
So basically,
she's just a girl
you're
looking
killing
for
your
love.
partner, Grant.
But also saving her life, which what can be more romantic?
I'm killing her in my anger.
Yeah,
Maybe.
in my anger. And so all three of you are going to be able to escape this tower with successful athletics check. You are not the first adventurers to leave.
Oh.
The authorities have been notified, for the most part, of the situation
Oh, that's good.
and have begun evacuation.
Well, that's good.
As Felix, you leave, you will have the first chance. Where do you go?
I'm going to the docks
For your own ship?
to get to my skyship,
Oh yeah.
and then I'm in a fever rush. I'm like yelling at my crew, "Get up, you scallywags! Boy, hoist the anchor! Let's get out of here!"
Fantastic.
And as they begin to fly, I will say, "Hard to port! Hard to port!" And as he does, I say, "Unleash the cannons!"
You just start unleashing shots.
Oh my gosh!
Blowing it up.
I am blowing up this tower.
You are just firing frantically.
My one chance to live, as far as I know, is just hopefully kill the 3 goblins left that I need to.
You hit one of the relief ships.
Oh no!
It's like, we made it. Immediately crashing. You hear people like, what? Who brought gunpowder? They're flipping out.
Screaming.
Gil, where do you go?
Well,
You hear the sound of explosions. One of the relief ships starts crashing.
how far behind Felix was I? Because honestly, I would have just tried to become a stowaway on Felix's ship.
Absolutely, I'll allow it.
Fantastic.
Things are frantic enough. You just slip on. You're on the ship. I'm gonna it'll eventually come to light that someone else is there.
I like to imagine there's enough panic that people just grab Gilbert and just put him to work and just
at one point I show up on the ship, I run up and I just grab someone and just sucker punch them and grab their hat, put it on my head.
Yeah, you just
chuck
throw
them
them
overboard.
off the ship and you're like, this is who I am now.
I am now a pirate. This is what I have to do.
You and Tiet, where would you like to go? You can see that some people are still the ships are about to leave for the escape. Where would you like to go? Do you have any plans?
Yeah, for me and Tiet. Yeah. Zark will head towards the ships, the docks with Tiet, but just before getting on the ship, he'll turn and take her hands, look at her, and say, "Tiet, you were wounded."
And she looks at you. She says, "And yet my heart bleeds only for you."
Oh my gosh.
But what does this mean for the future? What does this mean of us, of you?
I told you I'll overcome it. Anything is possible with the power of love.
Zark
She's
takes
about to
out
level up
his
to level 3.
parents. Zark takes out his parents' spines and opens, and his tongue flickers on them. And he says, "Yes, love will drive us forward and we'll find a way.
Kill her.
Love always finds a way."
Kill her. It's a mercy killing. Kill her.
Now, mind you, are you saying this while running?
No, they're do we have to be running?
I mean, they were on your tail.
Yeah, so we're going to die if we don't run?
Probably.
Okay, yeah, sure. They're having this conversation while they're running away.
Your
sure.
bodies are perfectly motionless upright, but you're just
Here's
just
what I'm
moving.
The ships are about to leave.
Grant.
They're on
Grant.
our tails.
Grant.
What?
All I'm saying is tripping her would be the easiest thing ever.
They would probably stop.
They would stop?
You
could live.
You
could
have
live.
an enterprise to build.
DM.
And
If
I
I
need
if,
to bring
do I
my
see do I
parents back.
see do I
Literally
see
the
the
Galactic Senate
do
is
I do I see the
risk
love
here.
parents? The lovebirds?
The lovebirds.
Yeah,
No, you're on your ship. You're just filing blindly.
Okay.
What you do see, because I just learned this, is bursting out of the top of the spire. You see Rogalor, who I did not realize has a flying speed of 30 feet.
Yes.
He's got gourds hanging on each arm, just like, boom, boom. He's just throwing random things from his armor just down at them. He's covered in wounds and scratches.
Grant, I was gonna do a mercy for you and make the decision for you, but the DM said no.
Yeah, can't see it. Make your choice, Zark Muckerberg, the whole escaper.
As they're running, and as they, let's say they like get to the edge of the ship.
Oh my goodness, Aaron, my analogy was correct. This is Titanic.
As they get to the edge of the ship, Zark is like, okay, well, if you truly love me, I just need to know, what's your full name and the names of your parents and your friends and your birthday and your card number and for your credits and all of your personal information. Please tell me.
She looks at you and she says, my name is Zakchak Tiet. I have no parents. I was spawned into this world in a sudden cataclysm, a dying star. And yet, there I was found on a mining planet. It was a travesty. I didn't know anyone. I didn't know who I was. I don't have any numbers. I don't have any identification. Truthfully, that's why I was looking for love. Perhaps then I could have a true name.
Identification.
And then Zark says,
I don't have an ID card.
Zark says,
I would like a green card, please.
Thank you, as they reach the edge of the ship.
Yep.
Thank you. Now when I sell your personal information, I can at least buy a bracelet to remember you by. And he's Sparta kicks
She leans, she's
goblins.
kicked backwards towards the Gorb, and as she falls, you see tears in her eye, and she says, you don't even hear it, you just see her mouth the words. She says, I forgive you. And as she falls back into the gourds, they overwhelm her pausing just at the edge of the ramp.
Zark
as you're
falls
the
to his
last
knees.
person
I
into the
had
ship.
to do it. He's like screaming.
You scream. They like pulling you back away from the edge. All of you go your respective ways. I need, specifically Zark, I need you to roll a D100.
A D100?
A D100.
For the record, DM, I don't stop lighting up that tower.
Yeah.
We're just making rounds just around it, just blowing up.
100%.
Just unleashing.
I got a 79.
A 79, okay. So, things will proceed. You light it up. Felix,
wait,
you light
I'm
it up.
so sorry.
What's up?
Zark's line is different than what I said.
Yes,
he falls
please do.
to his knee, or he arches backwards and goes, no! Everything shakes
Fantastic.
around him. Thank you. I had to do it.
The shaking
Thank
is
you.
from the cannon fire.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
rattling the ship through
Yeah.
there. Felix, you run out of ammo with how much you light up this ship. And even then, goblins are still funneling out of this tower.
Yeah.
Over the next 3 days, we're going to learn a lot of things.
Yeah.
Gil and Felix, you are
Yeah.
both on the same ship.
Yeah.
And your experience is concerning. On the second day, you wake up and you're like, this is the day. This is when I'll know. And you feel completely fine. Until you realize that every once in a while, your body moves when you don't ask it to. And you start to hear some words, some voices, some phrases, things that aren't even real words, just scratches and growls in the darkness. And by the end of this day, you move to bed not fully of your own will. And when you wake up the next, you have no control over the actions that your body takes.
Yep.
You are trapped within your own mind.
Uh-huh.
As over the next several days you transform into a little creature. The crew is confused. Where is our captain gone? We're in deep space right now. Where could he have possibly been? And you have to watch as every once in a while your little red hand will lean up and just stab an ankle and then scutter below the decks. Out of the darkness, maybe throw something, just enough to wound, just enough to scratch. And over the course of the next month, your entire crew is transformed in a way that will from now on be known as Borged. B-O-R-G. As for Zark, unbeknownst to you, on your ship, someone was infected.
Oh, no.
But theoretically, they were captured. No one was wounded. They were contained in a cell, completely enclosed, glass tube with enough life support to keep them alive as they transformed into this little creature, unable to harm anyone, unable to wound anyone. That was until the 6th day when someone else was transformed. And you realize that it doesn't even need to be a physical wound. It can be shouting, screaming, fear.
Wow. The whole universe is going to be Borged at some point. This is an unstoppable curse.
The higher-ups, the greatest authority in all of the sectors, are informed of this disease, and the entirety of Sector 10 is quarantined. No one in, no one out. And to this day, Sector 10 is a dead zone. And anyone who enters there somehow almost never leaves. Anything that does float out of Sector 10 is incinerated. Theoretically, there may even be people alive on some of those planets. But since many people were Borged on those flying ships, there's a definite potential that one of them could crash land somewhere someday, and the Borganing could happen once again. And that is the end of Sector 10.
Wow.
Yeah. Also,
terrible story.
So just so you know, these creatures, these little goblins, are not my own original creation. This is a really cool idea that I loved from another RPG called Morkborg, hence the name Borg. That's in reference to them. I recommend you check them out. Morkborg, it's a super cool RPG. It's old school revival. It's really intense. You will die. And they wanted to make goblins threatening. And so they gave them a curse that turns other people into goblins if they are wounded. And their entire goal is to just strike and then flee, because eventually they will be turned into a goblin.
That ending was so insane. That was like Berserk level, like bad.
Thank you. But I hope that y'all
Thank you.
I hope that y'all enjoyed. I hope that you had fun watching this crazy
awesome.
game. And I hope that my players had fun playing it. You all did great. Thank you for interacting with my goofy NPCs.
This was
I think it's a
crazy.
good thing we
NPCs
did.
were awesome.
Dude, Drew, your character, this is like one of my favorites that you've played. Oh man, your performance is awesome. Also, like, I'm
It's
so
fun.
glad we didn't have this energy on a main campaign episode because,
Oh man.
oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Good work, everybody.
Now, DM, I have a question that you're probably not actually going to answer. Was it
The best
possible
type of question.
for Felix to make it out intact?
Oh, you're super intact. Your mind is completely fine.
Well, yeah. I know
Oh,
that.
what? That's even worse.
Because see, here's what I'm thinking.
That's so bad.
I'm like one of the few people who had a private ship. So if I didn't have a stowaway and I didn't get infected, could I have made it out?
Well, yeah, if you never got infected, theoretically, yes. But it's very hard to not get infected when there are 1,000 raging gorbs below you.
And fear can cause you to transform.
Oh, I was definitely afraid. That's
all
for sure.
of those, all of those like things. Their minds were alive.
Every single one
that's-
of them is trapped behind
that's
the
so
veil
much
of
worse.
the Borganing.
That's
and
so
are able
much
to
work.
fully
So
witness
is
every
there-
action their body takes.
Is there a hive Borg? You know, like a
It's hard to
higher
know.
Borg?
No one knows. They were experimenting on this new strain of goblin, and it broke out. And it does not matter what type of creature you are. You don't have to even be alive. You can be undead, and it will still affect you.
Now, see,
Um,
now what I want to happen someday. I want to see Felix and his pirate crew, privateer's crew, yet again, and but like
it's just from
there's-
the minds of
well,
these
well, I was
goblins.
gonna say they're still privateers. They're just goblins now.
Yep.
They're
that-
still people.
So
They're goblins who are terrorizing the other Borgs in Sector 10.
well, yeah. So the Borgs have only one goal, and it is to replicate.
Me
and
too, baby.
Most Gorbs will
Oh my
nice.
gosh, Grant.
Most Gorbs will only have limited functions, so they know how to like make and use a bow, and that's like the limit of their intelligence. But if they are a transformed person, sometimes they will retain skills that the previous person has. So there are some Borgs who can cast magic, but it is never incredibly high tier. It's not like you're going to have some Borg casting Wish. And some of them may be able to use sneak attack. Who knows? Like your Borg may have sailing skills, which is one of the worst possible threats, is a Borg that knows how to leave.
I am excited to have created the next BBEG for some
Yeah.
campaign out there.
Maybe.
It's almost
who knows?
11.
It
Whoa,
is.
guys.
So for those of you watching, theoretically, and we'll let you know in the Discord, I think that we should have him. Is it next week that Grant's gone, or is it a
No,
different
it's the first week of October.
week? Okay, so
Next week we should be live.
next week we should be live with main campaign.
Woo.
Theoretically. So check that out, and we're thank you for watching this crazy game. Check out more Morkborg or Cyborg, an offshoot of it. It's really cool. I hope that you had a lot of fun. I think all that I have left is to sign off. Is that
I
right?
think
Yeah,
so.
I think so.
In
Yeah.
that case, good luck and Godspeed, everyone. We will see you next time, Dungeoneers. Good luck. Don't get bored. Woo!